I've lost complete control of the situation. I gotta figure out what's going on. Some reason music just keeps fucking looping over and over. It finally stopped. Jesus Christ. Something glitched out like crazy there, dude. Oh boy. Something glitched out there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. I've lost complete control of the situation. Oh, I gotta figure out what's going on. Some reason music just keeps fucking looping over and over. What the fuck is happening here? It finally stopped. Jesus Christ. Something glitched out like crazy there, dude. What is going on? I mean, hold on. Something glitched out there. Let me turn off desktop audio so you guys don't hear it. I gotta figure out what's going on. You guys hear the music? And now I'm hearing myself. I don't know what's going on here. Give me a second. This is hard for me because I'm hearing myself back like 10 times right now. Shit makes no sense. Let me... Do I have myself open on another window? What the fuck is happening, dude? I don't know what's happening, guys. I'm sorry. I'm having technical difficulties. Let me go to the technical difficulty. No, because then if I play that, I'm going to hear myself back 100 times. Jesus Christ, guys. Yeah, it's fixed because I turned off desktop audio, so you can't hear it. But I can fucking still hear it because it's repeating in my desktop. Some reason I'm fucking hearing myself. Let me close everything. The fuck is going on here, dude? Wow. Some reason it was Discord. Some reason Discord was just fucking repeating everything in my ears. What the fuck was going on at this? Were one of you guys playing this shit in my Discord? I don't know. It was Discord. Okay. That explains that. For fuck's sake, man. Jesus Christ. No, it was Discord. I just started closing everything to figure out where that was coming from. And as soon as I closed Discord, it went away. Some reason everything was looping back to me on Discord, which makes no fucking sense, dude. I don't even understand. I don't even understand. What's up, everybody? Jesus Christ, I almost want to start this fucking thing over again. Let me see. I want to start the intro over. The intros, I've got proud of how well I've been nailing the intros. It's a reverb feedback loop. Bro, literally, I have Discord open on every show. And nothing fucking changed. So I don't know if somebody was I don't know, dude. I didn't even look to see what was going on in Discord, but it doesn't make sense, dude. Anyway, let's get to the fucking show. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the fuck, man. That was fucking weird. Like, somebody playing games with me on Discord? Is somebody playing games with me on Discord, dude? Because that's what it was. It was the show playing back on Discord. So you were hearing me, and then you were hearing the show, like, seconds delayed, playing back on Discord. Fucking weird. I don't know, dude. Fuck you, Discord. Why I hate Discord, dude. But you guys should all go join Discord. The link's in the description. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Smash the thumb up if you're enjoying the complete disaster that was the beginning of this show. Now I gotta fucking reopen. Yeah, now, dude, I bet you I just lost all of my fucking... Everything I had saved for this show, I just lost. Because I had to close... Because I had to close everything. Because I didn't know what was fucking causing it, dude. Ooh. It's like an hour of work that I just lost, dude. Of like lining up the tabs so I could just hit each fucking topic without having to search for the fucking thing. Yeah, of course they're all lost. Of course. Of course, because I have two open tabs and it's not going to save one. Of course. So let's just start this all over from fucking scratch, shall we? Let's have one of those shows where everything's out of place, dude. Jesus Christ, man. And the Braves lost 9-0. Yeah, that's fucking wonderful. Wonderful day, guys. Wonderful. How's everybody doing? How's your day going, guys? How's your day going? I can't restore tabs because I have two tabs open, guys. I have two versions. I have Opera open on the right, and I have Opera open on the left. I have Opera open on the right so that I can watch the show. I mean, I can watch the live stream fucking studio, and then on the left, I have Opera open, which is all the windows all the shit I'm going to talk about and react to. And when you have two of them open, it doesn't save when you close one. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go through all this shit and pull it up again. So, let's just have fun doing that. So, oh man, I really want to punch something right now. I could search my history. I don't know if that's going to fucking work if I search my history. It's not going to have everything perfectly lined up, dude. It's going to be the same fucking thing as just going through my bookmarks again. So let's just go through the bookmarks. I'm going to have to do this for everything. I'm going to have to go, oh, where is it in my bookmarks? Which, you know, the first one I wanted to start off with was fucking this one, right? Nope, not that one. Nick Sorter. This one right here. Okay, so seems like a little bit of cope with the Epstein files. Now, I will be happy to see Obama get arrested. I would be happy to see everything they did in this first term, the whole bullshit Russian collusion narrative. I'd like to see justice for that. But damn, it's just not as sweet after this whole Epstein debacle. It's just, you know, if he had given the, you know, everything they had on the Epstein files, or at least played it correctly, instead of fucking like seeming like they're lying about everything, this would have hit a little harder. But now it just seems like cope. You know, it seems like he's just trying to get his base to move on. But hell, I do think the Obama administration did some really fucking disgusting shit to Trump in the first term. And I would like to see some justice for that. So let's see what what Trump has to say.
Has submitted a criminal referral to
distraction, I know. That's what everybody's going to say. It's what it looks like.
Perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him, and Comey was there, and Clapper, the whole group was there.
I'm opening Discord now. I want to understand why this shit did this.
Right here. This is the room.
I just want to fucking investigate why it did this shit, but we'll let this play.
This is much more beautiful than it was then, but that's okay. I have nice pictures up. They came out of the vaults. They were in there for 100 years. This is much more beautiful. We have the Declaration of Independence now.
I think I know what it was. I think because I post a link in the Discord to the show, for some reason, the link to the show, when I went live, the link just started automatically playing. I don't know, dude. Hey, you guys on Discord, what the fuck is happening? All right. I think that's what it was, man. Jesus Christ, dude.
Now in the room, which wasn't here. I guess people didn't feel too good about putting it here, but I do. But you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they... Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. You know, I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. We'll see, man. So this is all Tulsi leading the charge, right? One of the funniest clips I saw today was, why am I going to Grok? It's going to be fun going through each fucking clip. But yeah, Trump calling Tulsi hot. Yeah, I agree. Tulsi's fucking hot. This is kind of funny.
Director of National Intelligence. Oh, where's Tulsi? She's like hotter than everybody. She's the hottest one in the room right now.
I don't think he means like she's like physically attractive hot. I think he means like hot, like she's popular, right? But she is physically attractive too, so it does work in both instances.
Because she found out with certainty. I think we knew it before. In all fairness, Tulsi, but now you have certainty. She has all the documents. She has everything that you need. And she found out that Barack Hussein Obama led a group of people and they cheated in the elections. And they cheated without question. It's not even a question. Would you say there's even a little question there, Tulsi? She says no. And
is there a way, like, I mean, Tulsi's head of national of intelligence, right? She's the head fucking intelligence official. Can you just put her on the Epstein files? Can you just go, you know what? We're going to put Tulsi in charge of it. We're firing everybody else, firing Bondi, firing Patel, firing Bongino, unless we're going to put Tulsi on the Epstein files. Can we do that? Can we do that?
And you found things that nobody thought we'd ever find. And I'm very happy and very honored to have you with us. She's right now, by far, Speaker, she's hotter than you right now, Speaker.
Tulsi's the hottest person in government right now. Name someone hotter than Tulsi. Pam Bondi, like, yeah, okay. I mean, in the right lighting, you know, if you get up close with the camera, you know, Pam doesn't look as good. So I think Tulsi. Who else would be hotter? Like that's serving in like the White House, serving in the yeah. Tulsi's definitely the fucking hottest, dude.
She's the hottest person in the room right now, Speaker. So Tulsi, great job, and I know you have a lot more coming. She told me you've seen nothing yet. So I heard those rumors about you, but now I know they're true. So we're very proud of you, Tulsi. They cheated so badly. And ultimately,
yeah, AOC's gotten too thick, dude. Plus, she looks. I've always thought. I'm talking about like people that work for Trump in the administration. But yeah, all of government. Yeah, that'd be different. AOC's. Yeah, she's hot, but I don't like AOC's face. Something about AOC's face just. It's too, like Lord of the Ringish. You know, she's kind of got like a Gollum type face.
ultimately, it led to loss in 2020.
Luna, yeah, Luna's fine.
And it shouldn't have been a loss. It was a big victory. We won by a lot. We had to do it again. But if I thought we lost, I would never have run again. And this is a far more consequential election than it would have been if we did. That's the only thing I can say in favor of it. But
so yeah, I think Tulsi was a great choice. I don't know. Tulsi might end up coming out the cleanest out of this whole administration. What was the other shit, dude? I don't know. This is what sucks because I have this shit in order and then I don't. And now I got to go find it. A lot of this is all the Maxwell shit we're going to get to next. You see, go Oh, okay, yeah, Obama. Where's the Obama one? Obama responded. It's down here somewhere. Was this it? Yeah, breaking statement from the office of President Obama. Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous and enough to merit one. You responding, I mean, it might give more merit to the actual claims, which, to me, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Like, Russia didn't fucking influence the election or rig the election for Trump. That shit was all just a way to undermine Trump's first term. And yeah, if you don't really see that or you're still in denial about that, well, you're playing sides. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. That was the cope, right? After I think it was Durham, they did the whole investigation, and rather than just come out and admit, like, oh yeah, this was planted by the Obama team to undermine Trump and to like destroy his credibility and influence in his first administration. They came out and said, oh yeah, well, Russia tried, but they actually had no effect. And the proof that Russia tried was like some fucking Facebook posts that, I mean, I don't even know if they could tie it back to the Kremlin or whatever. It was so fucking dumb. These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee led by then Chairman Marco Rubio. Yeah, because we trust Marco Rubio. I know a lot of dumbasses trust Marco Rubio. I don't fucking trust Marco Rubio. I don't trust anybody anymore. I trust Tulsi. Tulsi's the only one I trust, man. It's because she's hot. And yeah. You need to drop whatever dude you're with, Tulsi, and give me a shot. That's all I'm saying. Just give me a shot, you know? We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so Obama responded, and then Tulsi responded as well. And Tulsi's
Obama's been caught directly.
Not taking any shit.
So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group.
And if you remember, Tulsi was starting to get very popular in the Democrat side. Remember, because she used to be a Democrat. And that same establishment that took down Trump in the first administration and made his life miserable, they did the same thing to fucking Tulsi. They destroyed Tulsi's chances. And she should have been the nominee, dude. It shouldn't have been Joe Biden in 2020. It should have fucking been Tulsi. But then they ran like tons of hit campaigns. For some reason, she backed out when they asked her to, and everybody backed out and just gave it to Biden. Clearly, she's not happy about it. I think she wants some fucking revenge.
Obama, his orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if I actually landed Tulsi, wouldn't it? Tulsi, give me a shot. Whenever you're done or bored with your current dude, I'm sure they're a happy couple and all. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, you know, I like Tulsi. She's cool.
To be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level.
I mean, they spied on his campaign. They got FISA warrants, you know, behind closed doors so they could spy on his fucking campaign. Yeah, I think some people, there needs to be charges brought up on this shit.
President Trump today calling out former President
How do you know if I go to the gym, Axa? How do you know? You don't fucking know.
Obama after DNI Tulsi Gabbard.
Shit, dude. How much you lift, Axa? Huh?
Sent a criminal referral
you don't even lift,
to the DOJ related to her claims that Obama-era officials manufactured and politicized intelligence to create the Russia collusion narrative in 2016. Intelligence that those officials have said they had great confidence in.
John Brennan and Jim Comey and I are part of the group that were tasked by President Obama to put together all the reporting we had on the Russian interference. And which we did. And then, of course, on January 6th, we issued our intelligence community assessment documenting the Russian interference, in which we had very high confidence in the evidence that we presented.
Gabbard also teeing up that there will be more declassified documents coming this week.
He producing the receipts, man. Dude, come on, put Tulsi in charge of the Epstein files, bro. I trust Tulsi.
Of that, here's what we've learned so far. December 7th, 2016, the assessment.
I'm still under the belief that the first female president, it may take another 20 years. She might be old as dog shit by the time it happens. Tulsi Gabbard, unless she totally fucks up, she's going to be the first female president.
Reiterated that Russia did not tamper with election infrastructure. Just one day later, the editor of that assessment canceled the brief, quote, based on new guidance. By December 9th, 2016, Obama convened National Security Council principals and ordered a new assessment. And on January 6, 2017.
Ethan, I can get it. If he asked me, do you think we'll get them files still? If I was a bet, I'd say no. I'd say we're not getting the files. And, you know, there's only one acceptable conclusion to some people, which is Trump fucked kids, which is a very real possibility. I'm still completely open to the possibility that Trump might have did some really shady shit. The other possibilities, because, I mean, it is kind of weird. Like, they definitely got something, right? They definitely got something because they just all of a sudden overnight, oh, stop talking about it. So maybe Trump just wants the power that those files give him. All that blackmail, having it in his possession, now everybody's going to be scared of him and going to do what the fuck he wants. That could be it. And if that is it, then what Trump needs to do at the end of his term is he needs to release them. Ben Stevens, thank you.
Ben
Jesus
Stevens,
Christ, Ben
super
Stevens.
chatted $49.99. I just experienced the worst day of my life, but you cheered me up, Pintiao 1p. Also, Tulsi is based and hot.
What was it? How terrible the beginning of the show was? I hope you guys got a laugh out of that because I'm still kind of pissed about how terrible the fucking beginning of the show was. $50, dude. Thank you so much, man. Very generous. Very generous. I'm glad I could cheer you up, brother. And yes, Tulsi is based and hot. And, you know, you don't want to upset her because she could also kick your ass. That's the scary part about Tulsi is she will kick your ass. You know, she's not to be fucked with. But yeah, back to the files, man. If they are using the files now, if they got access to the golden blackmail and they decide to put the one ring of blackmail on, if that's really what's happening, which I don't know, that sounds like hope to me, but it's technically a possibility. At the end of Trump's administration, he needs to dump it all and fucking get rid of it. If that's the case and he didn't fuck kids and he's trying to protect himself from that coming out. If it's just they want to use the files so that they can control people now, they gotta fucking get rid of, because yeah, okay, you got control of them now, but in 4 years it could be a Democrat that's back in control and then they get the files back and then it goes back and forth and it's like, just fucking just put it out there, put an end to this fucking bullshit. But you know, he also could have fucked some kids, so who knows, man? Who knows? There's a lot of possibilities. Anybody acting like they know what the fuck is going on, we don't. We know there's a lot of shady shit going on, but nobody has the exact answers. And it is really dumb the way Trump's playing it. I guess if he was to actually have the files and be using them now, so he can have that power, it's very disappointing. I forgot what my point was going to be with that, but yeah, whatever. Let's move on. Let's move on.
The new unclassified assessment
What a show. Thank you for the 50
released.
again, bro. That's very
Obama's
generous.
office today firing back, issuing the following statement. Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee led by then-Chairman Marco Rubio. Joining me now to react is the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Director Gabbard, give me your response to what we heard from former President Obama there. He's saying that none of this makes any sense, that this is a distraction. What do you say to that?
It's the art of deflection coming from former President Obama, as well as his friends who are still in Congress today, and Senator Warner and Congressman Jim Himes, really all basically saying that exact same statement, which doesn't actually address the issue that was revealed in great detail in the over 100 documents that we released last week, and the documents that we will be releasing.
Actually, a lot of people say that my videos reveal some sort of deep undercurrent, like they're shining a light on what's really going on, what they're really thinking. No, it's not. Well, all that is proof at how good propaganda can trick you. Because there's no truth to most of the narratives. Like, oh, did Joe make a face that could be recontextualized to look like he's flirting with somebody? Yeah, that's life. You can take a lot of facial expressions that mean one thing and put it into a different context, and now that facial expression looks like something totally different. So yeah, no, I get it. Sometimes there is I'm catching a little bit of an undercurrent, but most of the time it's just you're reading too much into it. Anyway, sorry, we'll keep going.
Later this week that point to the undeniable fact that you laid out in your introduction to this segment is that the intelligence community had one assessment, that Russia did not have the intent or capability to try to impact the outcome of the U.S. election leading up to Election Day. The same assessment was made after Donald Trump was elected by the American people as president in 2016, defeating Hillary Clinton. And it wasn't until after that pulled President's Daily Brief document that you referenced that the Principals Committee was called in the National Security Council, and President Obama then directed Obama's DNI James Clapper to lead the effort to create this new intelligence community assessment that detailed not if, but how Moscow attempted to influence the outcome of the U.S. election. So this is the thing that I think people should pay attention to, is neither the message from President Obama's office, neither the statements coming from Democrats in Congress today and their friends in the propaganda media. None of them are addressing this fact that there was a shift, a 180-degree shift from the intelligence community's assessment leading up to the election to the one that President Obama directed be produced after Donald Trump won the election, that completely contradicted those assessments that had come previously. The second thing I want to address that's very important, Laura, is that you in the clip that you played, you saw John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey stated with high confidence this January intelligence community assessment that they drafted at the direction of President Obama. The fact is that they used already discredited information like the Steele dossier. They knew it was discredited at that time, yet they used it as a source for this document that they claim to have high confidence in. They used intelligence that some of these intelligence community professionals rejected previously because of the lack of credibility and the lack of the ability to vet with any kind of confidence whether or not that information or intelligence was accurate and could be used for an assessment. There's a long laundry list of facts and intelligence reporting that directly contradict the statement coming from President Obama's office and those who are trying to deflect away from what actually happened, which was after Donald Trump was elected, led by President Obama.
But yeah, Albie Boa said she's got a good voice. Yes, she's got the perfect voice for like a woman, right? Not like a young hot chick, but like a respectable motherly woman. Like, it's not annoying, it's authoritative, it's warm, it's soothing, and you can listen to her talk and not go like you do with most women, you know? She does have a great voice.
Obama, there was an effort to create a document that would...
This is the Slobber All Over Tulsi podcast.
...serve as a foundation for what would be a years-long coup against President Trump, therefore trying to subvert the will of the American people who sent him to the White House in 2016.
Well, it's
AXA, AI can't do what I'm doing yet, dude. You know, it just can't. I probably will at some point. But yeah, I can't just have AI do it. I mean, even when I use AI for the special effects, people complain. So it's like... Yeah, AI can't do it yet, dude. But I'm sure one day I'll be able to just spit out pink trip videos with just by putting in a prompt. It's like, create a pink trip video where Tulsi Gabbard gets hit on by so-and-so, or, you know, probably at some point, but not yet.
It's amazing that you are now releasing all of this. And Tulsi, I have to tell you, for those of us who lived through it, thank you. I think it's great that we're getting this information out. You say there is more information, there are more documents to be released. Anything you can tell us on that?
We will be releasing these documents shortly in the wake of the release that we did last week. I'm very encouraged by the fact that we have whistleblowers coming forward who are intelligent.
Actually, if AI can do it, go do it. Go show me the proof is in the pudding, man. Go create a pink drip video with AI. See how it comes out.
Community professionals who were there when this happened and who were disgusted by it and are heartened at the possibility and the hope that the truth will see the light of day. And of course, the most important thing is that the American people see accountability, which is why we're referring and have already sent all of the documents that we have currently and any others that we get in the future to the Department of Justice to bring about that accountability, to ensure that the integrity of our democratic republic exists, that the American people can have faith and trust that who they vote for in our elections to be elected will actually be respected by those who are leaving power.
Amen to that. Well, Director Tulsi Gabbard, thank you so much for all your hard work, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Tulsi. Thank you for everything. Here we go. We'll stick with these because I think we have a few more. Ex-FBI agent calls potential Obama-era intel scandal biggest blah, blah, blah.
The Department of Justice has confirmed it received the
and this is NBC, so let's see how NBC's covering this.
criminal referral on stunning claims Obama administration officials manufactured and politicized intelligence about false Russian collusion in the 2016 presidential election. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard released a declassified report containing more than 100 pages of emails, memos, and internal communications. And joining us this morning to discuss is the former head of the Chicago PD and 23-year veteran of the FBI as a special agent in charge, Jody Weeks. Good morning to you, Jody.
Good morning.
Gabbard claims...
By the way, before we get it, smash the thumbs up if you guys enjoying the video. Try not to forget, please leave a smashed thumbs up, or actually gently touch it. Sorry, I gotta stop calling for violence against the thumbs up because that's not right. And if you want to become a member, click the join next to subscribe. If you're on an Apple iPhone type device, you got to use the link in the description, and it helps support the show. Much appreciated, guys.
Claims these documents show former President Obama directed John Brennan, James Comey, Susan Rice, James Clapper, among others, to produce manufactured intelligence to undermine President Trump after...
This guy's creepy as fuck, ain't he? Who is this guy? Obama era intel scandal. This is an ex-FBI agent. Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense now. One creepy looking dude.
He was elected. Just from your experience and your years in the FBI, what were your thoughts when you heard about this, especially that it affected some of the top leaders of the intelligence community?
Jan, without a doubt, if this is true, this is the biggest political scandal in my lifetime. Let's think about this. You have a sitting...
Did we have to go full screen on this crazy fuck? I would imagine this guy's probably murdered hundreds of people in his lifetime, allegedly.
President of the United States, who directs a team to fabricate an intel assessment showing that the Russians were involved in the 2016 election, trying to influence it to favor Donald Trump. Now, that assessment apparently contradicted assessments before and after the election, saying that it was a very low probability that Russia had actually interfered in the election. And why was this done? To undermine an incoming president. You know, Jan, for a year we have heard how Donald Trump was a threat to our democracy. We've heard that until our ears.
He's got secret agent. He looks like a reptilian, dude. We need to get David Icke to interview this guy. David, I think we found one of your reptilian fucking... I mean, if anybody was half fucking reptile, I think it'd be this guy.
Bled. But if this is true, that is a threat to our democracy, and it must be investigated.
I like what he's saying,
I want to
though.
go back to something you said, because what's so striking is that a Senate committee and 2 special counsels didn't see this during their investigation years ago. I want to read you what Intelligence Director...
Yeah, they refused to fucking see it.
Tulsi Gabbard said about that.
JCD 780
She said this on Sunday Morning Futures.
Oh, yeah, JCD. Welcome to the team, brother.
There is no rational or logical explanation.
Welcome to Team Ping, bro. Okay.
For why they failed. The only logical conclusion that I can draw in this is that there was direct intent to cover up the truth about what occurred and who was responsible, and the broad network of how this seditious conspiracy was concocted and who exactly was responsible for carrying it out. What's your response to that? And what's next in all of this, Jody?
Well, let's look at what's going to happen. First, there's going to be an in-depth review of her report. And you got to remember, there's a couple reports out there that actually support what the President Obama put out. The Mueller report, the Durham report, they did say there was election interference. You had a Senate report that went along with that. But then you had Devin Nunes's report that actually supported what Tulsi Gabbard said. Right. So there's going to be a massive document review. If it's accurate, though, how did they miss it? 3 different reports came forward and they missed this. It begs the question, incompetence, which perhaps could be. But
because they were also kind of just investigating themselves at that point. Just because it's a Republican that fucking, was part of the investigation or led it doesn't mean shit. Because the Republicans were just as willing to do this shit to Trump in the first term. Both the Republicans and Democrats saw fucking Trump as a threat to their little uniparty establishment. What they didn't understand was that Trump was willing to play ball with them the whole time. Trump was willing to get all into that deep state shit and be one of you deep staters. But you guys overreacted and treated him like everything he said on his campaign was serious when it was just fucking political positioning to win votes. I think Trump was always willing to play ball with these guys. Always willing to play ball. And we're seeing it now in this administration.
But what would be worse, what if it was intentional because of the people involved? Luckily, on Sunday, I heard from...
GK, I've always talked, since 2018, I've talked about politics. I talk about whatever I'm interested in, whatever is going on that day, kind of like a topical, whatever fucking current events are going on. And to me, a lot of times, there's nothing more interesting than politics. I mean, what do you want me to do? Be like TMZ and talk about Britney Spears' like vagina or something? Would that be more interesting? This is the shit I'm interested in.
Director Gabbard, that she's had some whistleblowers come forward.
This is grown man soap opera, okay? This is grown man drama, okay? So not everybody's ready to deal with it.
That is a huge change in the equation, because now, after a thorough, tedious document review, if you now have individuals that you can talk to discuss your findings, that is a really big deal. And hopefully, let's pray that we will get to the bottom of this.
Will there be indictments and prosecutions finally?
You know, Jan, there has to be. There's been so many explosive allegations. We've got...
Yeah, I talk about editing a little bit, but most of the time, most people don't care about editing. That's kind of a niche thing. But I've thought about doing a live stream one of these days where I just play a lot of my old shit and just talk about how I made it and, just whatever comes to my mind as I'm watching it. So maybe I'll do that one of these days, but... Yeah, editing's a little niche. I'd have to start a whole channel that's just talking about editing, and then who fucking cares, dude?
A report that Comey and Bannon are under investigation. Now we get an allegation that involves a sitting president, Barack Obama. If there are no indictments and no prosecutions, This administration has to give a very candid and a very thorough explanation as to why not. Otherwise, they're going to lose all credibility, and they will become a modern day little boy who cried wolf story. But there has to be accountability in our government. Without accountability, there is no trust. So I can tell you right now, the Department of Justice and the FBI, they are definitely on the clock because they're going to have to deliver on this one way or the other.
In your experience, how long will this take?
Oh, that's tough to say. Look at these special counsel. They go on for years. But I've got to think this is so explosive. I hope we would get something in 3 to 6 months. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but it cannot go on for years. And there has to be updates as to what is going on. Otherwise, people are just going to look at this and go, yeah, another nothing burger.
Former FBI Special Agent in Charge and former Chicago Police Chief Jody Weiss. Great to see you, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Jody Weiss. Never run into this guy in a dark alley. This guy would, he would ruin your life and it wouldn't even make him think twice. It would just be just another, like, eating a bagel for breakfast, right? This guy's terrifying, dude. David Icke, you got to invest this guy. I think we found one of the reptilian race you've been talking about this whole time. I think we got him. Niche is pronounced as niche. Just a heads up, my dude. Thank you, Archie. Thank you, brother. Let's see. All right, let's play the game of what's next. Jim Jordan. I've always liked Jim Jordan.
I don't know. Chatted $2. We was armchair.
The Department of Justice confirming it has received a criminal referral.
Thank you, Midwest Request. Hope you're doing good, brother. This is Jim Jordan reveals how Comey set up Trump. Is Jim Jordan still good? I remember for a time period there, I was like, damn, Jim Jordan's pretty fucking based. And then he was going to become the House, the leader of the Senate or whatever, or the House, whatever the fuck. But I haven't heard much from him since then.
Yes, the Department of Justice confirming it has received a criminal referral from DNI Tulsi Gabbard regarding bombshells that the Obama administration manufactured the Russia collusion narrative with Donald Trump, both before and after the 2016 election. The DNI told me initial intelligence showed Russia did not try to change the outcome of the election, and the Obama team knew that. The knowledge was pulled from the president's daily briefing due to what they called updated guidance. The next day, top national security officials met with Obama's cabinet, where President Obama asked not if, but how Russia tried to upend the election. Here's then President Obama speaking from the briefing room back in 2016.
Very convenient.
At the beginning of the summer, we're alerted to the possibility that the DNC has been hacked. And I immediately order law.
They need to release the Seth Rich files too, dude. Everybody seems to have forgotten about Seth Rich. Tim Pool was on it today talking about like, oh, Julian Assange wasn't saying Seth Rich was the whistleblower. Of course he was saying that. He was saying that without saying it because, like, he's got to protect his sources. But he was clearly fucking saying that, dude. We need the Seth Rich files. We need them. Because I 100% believe Seth Rich was the DNC leaker. The DNC leaks was not a hack from some foreign country. It was a hack from within the DNC, most likely by Seth Rich, who then got murdered in the street. Supposedly he was robbed, but they took nothing, even though he had all this fucking equipment on him. I know Washington, D.C. is a dangerous place. It's possible he was just a victim of random violence, but they need to release those files. Whatever they have on Rich, they need to release it.
As well as our intelligence teams to find out everything about it. If you started seeing effects on the election, you might want to take this into account. We allowed law enforcement and the intelligence community to do its job without political influence. When we had a consensus around what had happened, we announced it, not through the White House, not through me, but rather through the intelligence communities that had actually carried out these investigations.
Did Clinton lose because of the hacking?
I'm going to let...
Yeah, if only Obama wasn't a fucking piece of shit, he would have been a great president. He played the part better than anybody ever, dude. GK, you know, he's saying he had swag. Yeah, he did. He could have been, like, really great. Instead, he ended up being terrible. But, man, he played the part better than anybody.
All the political pundits in this town have a long discussion.
I'm seeing all these videos on X now. Like, even the like African-American community are a little pissed at Obama right now because Obama, apparently he did an interview. I haven't seen it yet, but he did an interview where he said that like every young child should have a gay man in their life so that they understand so they grow up not to hate gay people, I guess, which was his point. But the black community is like, what? That's a little sus, dude. Because a lot of the black community is not down with this gay shit, but I am. I support the gays 100%.
About what happened in the election.
Joining me now is Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan.
But I don't think every child needs a gay man in their life. That's a little weird.
And the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Mr. Chairman, always a pleasure. Good to see you. What do you make of watching the deja vu of Barack Obama back in 2016?
Well, I think the former president used the term updated guidance. I think that's a fancy way of saying we changed the story and we did it for political reasons.
I don't think children should have any clue what kind of shit you get up to in your sex life. I think we need to go back to people being like, oh, my private life, who I have sex with, it's none of your business. And the idea that everybody's so proud of where they stick their dick and everybody's supposed to celebrate that you're sticking your dick. It's like, who the fuck cares, dude? How about you keep your sex life private, especially around fucking children, and we do what we want to do, okay? Don't need to be fucking throwing it in everybody's face all the time. It's like, oh, I like to stick my dick in vagina, guys. Did you know I like to stick my dick in vagina? This is Stick My Dick in Vagina Day, guys. This is Stick My Dick in Vagina Pride Day, guys. It's fucking dumb.
Because that's what it looks like. Never forget, there's 3 key dates here, Maria. December 9th is when they have this meeting in the White House. Clapper, Brennan, McCabe, Comey, the president, they're all there. And they say, okay, we're not going to accept the intelligence community assessment. We're going to change that. And President Obama was just alluding to that. And then you have the date January 3rd. A few weeks later, Chuck Schumer goes on one of the Sunday shows and says, talking about then President-elect Trump, he says, if you mess with the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. And then 3 days later, January 6th, they all go up to Trump Tower to give President Trump what he believes is his incoming defensive briefing as the new, as the president-elect. He thinks he's getting the normal defensive briefing. Instead, it's a setup. They go up there, talk to him about this, and then Comey tells him about the dossier that they already know is baloney. They know it's not true, came from the Clinton campaign and everything else, but they brief him on it so that when that information gets leaked, it has added credibility because now it was so important that the FBI talked to the president-elect, the press has got to report it, and often running goes the...
Yeah, Skooma, I realize that. My point was, when you make it about straight sex, like if all the straight people behaved like that, it would be silly, right? It's like, who cares? Okay, yeah, you like to have sex. Everybody does. Who fucking cares? Like, oh no, but we need a Pride Day. We need a day to be proud of that we like to bang women. It's like, no one cares. In fact, I don't even want to know about it. Keep it to yourself.
Russia collusion, false narrative for the next...
Yeah, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne.
2 years.
Everybody keeps talking about it. It's like, there were some good songs, but I'm sorry, I don't really... Okay, Ozzy, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, the greatest human being to ever live in the history of the world. I'm still a little upset that you pissed on the Alamo.
It was all to undermine...
Rest in peace, Ozzy. The Osbournes was a very entertaining show back in the day.
President Trump and his presidency, and God bless Tulsi for sending this to the DOJ. I hope they dig into this. I mean, I hope that they go after this because I think this is what it was, a conspiracy to undermine the first term of President Trump.
Yeah, but look, at the time, the mainstream media went with it, hook, line, and sinker, and of course, much of the media blasted it across the world. Not here, of course. We saw through it right away and reported accordingly. Yeah. But, we've been calling for accountability now since then. It's almost 10 years, Congressman. So it now falls to AG Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel on whether or not...
Well, we're fucked. It's going nowhere if it falls on their... Whatever you do, make sure this doesn't end up on Pam Bondi's desk, because then it will never be seen again.
Not anything will actually be done about it. What are the odds?
Yeah. Well, I think they are digging into this.
At 76, I thought he was older than 76. I was like, Jesus, he's only 76? I thought he was in his 90s or some shit by now.
And I think that the facts...
Talking about Ozzy, by the way.
Armstrong. Here's some other evidence I think is important. You know, this was a
76 is not as old as it used to be. You know, some people do, you know, get real old in their 70s, but a lot of people are doing pretty good in their 70s. In my family, everybody flies through their 70s like it's nothing, you know? But my family's pretty lucky. They got genetically, they don't get old until at least their 80s.
Setup when they went up there on January 6th.
It is a hard 76, right?
To Trump Tower.
He lived a hard
gave
life.
President Trump this briefing.
Did a lot of drugs.
You know, it was a setup because a few weeks later they did the same thing to Michael Flynn, and Jim Comey then bragged about it. He said, when we went to the White House, he said we should have called the White House counsel. We should have let him know. We should have talked about this. He should have had a lawyer. All this should have been happening, but they just said, no, we thought it was a new administration. We could get in, we could get out, we could ask him questions. And there's even email correspondence amongst FBI agents from that time with General Flynn, where they say, what's our goal? Are we trying to get him to lie? What's our objective here? They were setting up Michael Flynn just like they tried to set up the President of the United States. So this is what this whole operation was about. And again, let's hope that they dig into this and get all this information out there. And if they can prove that there's a crime, I hope they move forward with it.
Now, is this why they raided Mar-a-Lago in 2022? Because they wanted these documents that were sure to be declassified?
I don't know. I do think when you go back to this, what we're talking about in 2016, 2017, it's about a 30-day time period between that December 9th meeting, 2016, and when they go up to up to Trump Tower and do this briefing. I do think this is when the weaponization of government really began. This is when they said, forget the election. We're going to try to undermine his presidency now. It was bad enough what they tried to do, spying on his campaign during the 2016 campaign. But now they're trying to undermine him after he's already won. So I do think that's when it all began.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, it's interesting because the bulk of these declassified documents reveal that, number one, they knew that the dossier was fake. They knew it was made up. And also they revealed that the FBI did not really investigate former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for her.
Yeah, maybe we need to bring that one back up. Because what was on the fucking hard drives that she deleted everything on? Because you remember, as a public servant, as someone who works for the government, you're supposed to preserve all of your communications so that we can know if there's an investigation whether you were a crook. And there was some weird shit with the Clinton Foundation where they were getting all this foreign money, and then as soon as she lost the election, that just dried up. So it's almost like she was influence peddling. But we'll never figure it out because she deleted everything. And then Comey said, "Oh, there's not enough evidence to press charges. Clearly she broke the law, but it's not bad enough to press." No. We need to go back and we need to revisit this shit because we got to set an example of these fuckers, dude. We need that's one big thing. Like, if we're going to fight corruption, it is important that all of your fucking communications are able to be found after the fact if we need to investigate something. So, yeah, we need to set an example of Clinton.
Her private email server, right? So both of those things were happening at the same time, and it was during a contest between the two players, Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley said under Comey's leadership, the FBI failed to perform fundamental investigative work and left key pieces of evidence on the cutting room floor. So is that the gist of this 10 years later, that they tried to take down Trump by making up and manufacturing this story that was not true? They knew it wasn't true, but they pushed it through and let it go viral across the world, while at the same time completely ignoring her use of a private server who she kept in her house. And that was quite dangerous. Tell us why.
Yeah, they spied on an opposing party's presidential campaign.
Yeah, y'all guys are talking about Pizzagate. That's another thing that needs to be revisited, dude. It's like, it's just a conspiracy. Those emails are fucking weird, dude. If you don't remember, you were locked in a cage at that time. Go back and read some of the emails that came out around the Pizzagate. The shit that was being sent. About having their children in the pool for entertainment and just all kinds of weird shit, man. These fucking people are up to some weird shit. There's no doubt about it.
Campaign. And the evidence they used to get the warrant to spy on them was the Clinton campaign hired the law firm Perkins Coie, who hired Fusion GPS, a Democrat public relations firm, who hired a foreigner, Christopher Steele, who put together the garbage that became the dossier. And then they used that dossier to go spy on the other party's campaign. Meanwhile, they didn't go after Hillary Clinton for her emails and everything else she did from the server. That's what they did. And then when that didn't work, they said, oh, now we're going to undermine his presidency by concocting this story, going up to Trump Tower, giving him the defensive briefing that he's supposed to get. President Trump thinks that's what's happening, when in fact it's a setup, just like they set Michael Flynn up 3 weeks later. That's what this group did. And again, Tulsi now is highlighting the underlying...
GK, for some people, there's no way of pleasing them. I've said 1,000,000 times that Trump needs to release the files, and if he doesn't, then I'm open to the possibility that he fucks some kids. Am I supposed to just, never talk about anything else going on except that? And we're going to get into the Ghislaine shit next up. But, for some of you, there's no winning. It's like, we literally say, yeah, it looks like Trump fucked kids. We don't know, but this is a bad look. Anybody who claims to know, in my opinion, exactly, what happened, you're just, unless you're Ghislaine Maxwell, or you're one of these fucking intelligence agents who work directly with fucking... Epstein, we don't know. We know there's a lot of fucking bad shit, clearly. But the details, we don't know. We don't know. And yeah, it looks like Trump was up to some nasty fucking business. And it looks like he's covering up for something. What else do you want me to say, dude? Release the files. I don't support you anymore if you don't release the files. But I'm still going to report on everything else going on. And I'm still going to be honest when I like something and I think something's good. And if you take away the Epstein files debacle, this is a good thing. I want to see justice for how the Obama and Clintons and all the shit they did. Because it's not a one-party thing. It's not just the Republicans and Trump are bad. It's the whole fucking establishment. It's the whole left, right-wing establishment that's bad. So, yeah, I'm happy that they're going after Obama over the fucking Russia collusion narrative. That was a complete hoax. That doesn't mean I'm still not going, give us the fucking Epstein files. But again, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, dude.
Intelligence had said there was nothing there, but the meeting in Obama's office, they all decided to change that. No. We're not going to send out that initial intelligence community assessment. We're going to put together a new one that will allow us to do what I just described.
Well, look, Hillary Clinton was ultimately accused of mishandling highly classified information while using a private email server set up in her home. In 2016, the FBI suggested...
Bro, I guarantee you, GK, nobody's letting go of the Epstein files, okay? If the Republicans stop talking about it, the Trump supporters like Alex Jones and Tim Dillon, if they just stop talking about it, which I doubt will ever happen, I guarantee you the Democrat media is going to keep this in the fucking lexicon for a long time. They're going to keep this being a big talking point. No one's forgetting about the Epstein files, GK.
Suggested to the DOJ that she should not face prosecution.
There are the Trump cultists, the fucking... on X, what's that dumb hick with the cowboy hat? The dumb fat hick with the cowboy hat who thinks he can beat up everybody because he got into a bar fight 20 years ago. Cat turd. There are the cat turds of the world who will, they'll cover for everything and just no matter what, they're just making too much money, grifting to their audience, which is what a lot of these people are doing. The too lazy to try is the cat turds. They get captured by their audience. Right, whatever it is, whether it's the left-wing MAGA crowd or it's the right-wing TDS crowd, they get captured by that audience and they have to grift to that audience now. Everything has to appeal to that audience now. They can't go against anything that audience wants to hear. So there are those people. I'm not one of those fucking people, though. Trust me.
Ahead of the presidential election. So there, I guess.
So when I don't fucking completely hyper-focus on the Epstein files on every fucking episode... that doesn't mean that I'm covering for it. It's like, how many times can I talk about it? I did a week and a half of talking nothing about nothing but the Epstein files.
Yes, they found religion on not getting involved in a presidential election. But look, at the end of the day, this has been an exhausting 10 years because of all of these shenanigans, Congressman. You know that. You've been living it. So have I. And the audience as well. So how is anybody supposed to trust that there's actual, real, work going on and honest work, and it's not all politics? I mean, you have to remove the people, don't you? Who should be getting fired? Putting indictments and prosecutions aside, who needs to get fired and leave Congress for all of these lies?
Well, I do think that I've said this multiple times. I do think it's night and day compared to the kind of work you're seeing from Attorney General Bondi, Todd Blanche, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino at the Justice Department, compared to Merrick Garland and Christopher Wray. But this whole pattern that we've seen of going after President Trump, they spied on his campaign, then they tried to undermine his presidency with what I just described. Yeah. Then it was the whole Mueller investigation for 2 years. Then in the 2020 election, it was the 51 former intel officials, Clapper, Brennan, signing this crazy letter saying it was a Russian information operation when they had the Hunter Biden laptop. They knew it was real. And then once that happens, when he's running again in 24, it's Alvin Bragg, Fonnie Willis, Jack Smith, and all the things they did there. It has never stopped. But where it started is what Tulsi is now bringing forward. Stuff we suspected. We had some of the evidence, but she has even more. And that's why we need to go back there and dig into this, because this is where it all began.
Yeah, no, I understand. These are the two biggest scandals that anybody has ever seen. The first one being Russia collusion and a sitting president trying to stop an incoming president, Obama trying to stop Trump, and then the cover-up of Joe Biden's mental capacity and the use of the auto pen. Who the heck was running the country in the last 4 years? So now we hear from the former first.
Isn't the cope now? Hunter Biden's like, actually, Joe was he was taking too much what's the sleeping pill drug that makes people crazy. He was taking too much of that sleeping pill drug, and it was making him like lose his mind. That's what the problem was. It wasn't dementia, guys. Okay, I mean, it could have been both, to be honest. Ambien. There we go. That's the drug. Ambien was the reason why Joe was barely able to form a sentence.
Joe Biden returning to the limelight over the weekend in this new 3-hour interview. Here's one more of the bizarre takes on what he is criticizing of President Trump's immigration policy. Watch this.
That people are really upset about illegal immigration. You. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned? How do you think you got food on your table? Who do you think washes your dishes? If I became president, I would pick up the phone.
Yeah. Can't lose those slaves, guys. We need those slaves. How about we get Americans to do it, dude? There's a lot of teenagers need to work. First of all, this is perfect because we have a bunch of bitch-made kids who've never done a day's work in their fucking life. And we need to get them out there doing these dishes so that they can learn what it's like to do a day's hard work and to actually work for your money and not just have daddy give it to you. I think that's a big part of why people are fucked, because nobody's working as a kid anymore. Let's bring back child labor. Actually, let's send the kids back into the mines. I want 7-year-olds back in the fucking coal mines. That's what I want, right? Fuck this. I mean, obviously not that far, but we do need fucking like teenagers to get back to doing some of these jobs, right? I worked as a kid. When I was 16, I used to fucking work at a seafood restaurant. I would get off school 3:15 or whatever, be at work by like 4:30, work all night, get home around midnight, 1 a.m. with a fat load of cash in my pocket. And then I'd wake up and go to school the next day, almost dead from no sleep. But I did, and it made me a tougher fucking person, and it taught me that, like, what work's about, And
call the president of El Salvador.
And it gave me some money in my pocket, which was fucking awesome. I didn't have to ask my parents for money.
And say, you either send them back, or I'm going to invade.
Well, it's hard to understand with all those F-bombs in there, Congressman, but your reaction to Hunter Biden now coming out and cursing everybody out.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to become president. I think he said if I become president, I was going to do something. I don't know that that's likely to happen in this country, and thank goodness for that. No, I mean
we got some more with the Hunter Biden shit too, because Alex Jones is going in on Hunter Biden because Hunter Biden talked some shit about Alex in that interview, and Alex is calling out that fuckface Andrew from Channel 5, who's a complete fucking grifter. It's so annoying. These grifters like Too Lazy to Try, who are clearly just grifting to like one side And then I remember Too Lazy to Try. I forgot what the video was about, but he made a video where his little audience wasn't happy about it. I think it had to do with Logan Paul. I think he defended Logan Paul and something. And then his audience just started shitting on him and he apologized. He's like, I'll never do that again, guys. I'm going to be better in the future. Audience capture, dude. You have to avoid that. You got to realize if you're going to be real and you're going to speak your mind, you're going to piss a lot of people off. But the secret to a lot of these channels is just, oh my God, you capture an audience. What is it? Is it the Reddit TDS crowd? Is it the fucking QAnon Trump crowd? You capture that audience and now you just have to feed them what they want to hear over and over and over again. And do not ever disagree with them or your career is over. I mean, I guess if you're making big bucks, it's all worth it, right? It's all worth it for those millions of views and all that sweet money. But one day, that shit's going to come crashing down. It will. You wait and see.
This is the left.
You're going to say the wrong thing. You're gonna get tired of fucking just not speaking your mind, and you're going to say the wrong fucking thing, and that audience is going to turn on you so fucking quick. So quick. And they're going to eat you alive.
I mean, what President Trump is doing is exactly what he campaigned on. And the American people appreciate it. We now have a secure border, which we didn't have before. The American people appreciate President Trump, maybe more than any elected official in my lifetime, does what he said he was going to do, does exactly what the American people elected him to do. He said he was going to secure the border. He did.
Okay, well, that's a little bit of bullshit, Jim. Okay, Jim. About the only thing I can say that for is the border. Obviously, if he does, press charges on Obama and them, I'm going to be happy about that, too. And I hope he goes further and
Wilford Brimley
starts pressing charges on Cheney
Channel 5
and Bush.
Was better as a joke channel.
It still is a joke channel. That's what people don't realize. But yeah. Now, Andrew's just look, dude. There are certain people that are good at their grift. They're good at hiding their bias and making it seem like they're unbiased. And you got to give them credit. Channel 5's really good at hiding it. Too Lazy to Try is really good at hiding it. But you don't have to be a genius to see through that shit, but a lot of people obviously aren't geniuses. So yeah, the Cope now is like, oh, actually, we never said Russia hacked the investigation. The actual report said that the Russia tried, but it never really affected anything. Like, dude, this is all y'all talked about. This is a big reason why I started fucking making videos in 2017, because I was so pissed about this shit. And then I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of editing that you can fuck with the context. It's kind of like what the fucking media is doing. Let me lean into that. And the first time I did one of those supercuts, it wasn't really with that in mind. But then when I realized, oh, there's a ton of people that want me to keep making them, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I can kind of lean into that too. And kind of just like hopefully show people like how you can really fall for some fucking simple editing. How like you change a little bit of context in an intelligent way. You can really trick what people believe and fool the people, which is exactly what the media is doing and still doing to this day. But at this point in time, when Trump derangement syndrome was at its peak, it was fucking unbearable for me to listen to this shit.
Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected. Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump.
The Russians definitively hacked the election.
Russia did hack the election.
No doubt. The Russians hacked the election.
Yes. Russia hacked the election.
Fact, Russia hacked the election.
President-elect Donald Trump still not sounding convinced that Russia hacked the election.
The president does not want to come to terms with the fact that the Russians...
Did I react to the fucking super chat or did I keep talking over it? Sorry. What was the last super chat you guys sent? I got to make sure I reacted to because I know who Channel 5 is better. Yeah, I did react to it, Wilford. Thank you for the $2, Wilford. Sorry. I smoked a little bit too much before the show today and during the show, so it's going to be fun.
Hack the election.
President Trump says he still wonders if the Russians hacked the election.
If you can get him to accept that Russia hacked the election, see if you can get him to accept who won the Civil War.
I mean, of course, this doesn't count because it's the media saying it, but this is all the left-wing media talked about all the fucking time. It felt like ever. It felt like Trump got elected and it was all just Russia. It's like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. But no, yeah. All the politicians were obviously saying this too. This was the whole talking point about Trump, is that he was puppet Putin, and he, the American people didn't even elect him. The fucking Russians did. It was so frustrating, dude. The media at this point. And at least they finally stopped talking about this shit.
He admits it casts a shadow on his victory over Hillary Clinton.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Let's be clear, Russia hacked the election.
Definitively, Russia hacked the election, and Russia is doing it again now.
Election-related cyber hacking.
Cyber hacking of U.S. elections.
Cyber hacking of the election.
Russia was cyber hacking the election.
Russia was cyber hacking the election.
You don't remember, this all was a cover-up for the fucking DNC leaks. That's where this all started, right? So we had the DNC leaks, which, in my opinion, was Seth Rich, who worked for the DNC, had access. The data, they did a forensic investigation, and the speeds that the data was transferred meant it had to have been done locally on a thumb drive and not remotely by some hacker in Russia, because the speeds would have been much lower. So then, immediately, instead of being a DNC leak, a whistleblower who fucking didn't like what they found that the Democrats were up to, no, it was Russia hacking the DNC. And because Russia hacked the DNC, they're also now basically electing Trump by helping Trump by releasing the DNC leaks. And then, it's very convenient because Russia's always been the one they kind of want to go to war with, right? So get everybody to also hate Russia at the same time. You get everybody to think that Trump is some fucking, foreign actor. When you're the side that's taking money from every foreign entity in the fucking, anybody in any country willing to give you money, you're taking it. Is there a law? I'm sure there is, but there needs to be like a real strict law. Like any politicians, they cannot take any foreign money. They can't work for a foreign company. They can't do speeches for a foreign company, for a foreign country. Because this is such bullshit. I know there's no doubt that a lot of these politicians are being influenced by other countries and are probably at this point doing more work for foreign countries than they actually are for the people that elect them in this country.
The CIA, the FBI, NSA,
all of these intelligence organizations,
17 intelligence agencies,
all conclude that Russia hacked the election.
If we find out that Donald Trump just theoretically was colluding with Russia while they were hacking the election, that is completely impeachable.
This dossier alleged a conspiracy between the Trump campaign and the Russian effort to hack the election.
The director of national intelligence, the head of the National Security Agency, the head of the FBI, all of these intelligence experts saying Russia hacked the election.
The FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, they've all said this. So to believe that that's wrong, you have to believe they're all involved in an elaborate conspiracy to get Donald Trump.
Well, they are.
Which seems a little far-fetched.
They very clearly are. Yeah, so I wish you would have had some of the politicians that said that shit too, because the politicians were saying it as well. Everybody was saying it. It was the whole Democrat talking point throughout the whole first administration of Trump. All right, let's see what we got. What else we got here? Was there any more links in here? Let's see. All right, let's get back to my bookmarks. That's always fun. It's always fun to lose everything that you saved in the order you wanted to talk about it. This is what I was talking about earlier. Hunter Biden. So we're just going to do it out of order because it will save time than having to fucking find everything. Hunter Biden attacks Alex Jones in pathetic crackhead freakout.
On the hierarchy of that,
we got to play an Alex Jones clip every day. So here we go.
Goes from Steve Bannon to fucking Alex Jones. And Alex Jones talks about the flat earth, and he talks about whatever Alex Jones talking about.
I eat babies. I eat them every night. I eat them with barbecue sauce. And I flew to the moon last night with a witch, and I took DMT with Easter bunnies.
Sandy.
He got so much good shit, this Channel 5 dude. He got so much good shit. Like, Alex Jones welcomed him. He asked him to do comedy bits. Andrew was like, will you do a comedy bit with me? It's going to be this whole thing's a comedy piece. The whole video is going to be comedy. And Alex just dove right into it and gave him so much gold. And then he sneaks around to fucking New Hampshire or wherever the fucking case was going on about Sandy Hook and turns the whole piece into a hit piece. What a piece of shit, dude.
Sandy Hook and things like that. Just in holy alliance has come together because of one really big reason.
Look, I know I'm smoking a cigarette here, but if Hunter Biden can smoke crack and be with underage girls and stuff in his laptop, it's okay. I can smoke a cigarette. I don't do this very often. Kids, don't try this at home. So, Andrew...
It's actually not a real cigarette. It's an AI-generated cigarette, guys.
Callahan, who is a total fake, acts like this loving, little, cute liberal, but the guy's very duplicitous, has done all these hit pieces on me. And so now he's dropped this interview.
Yeah, I've also heard he doesn't know how to take no for an answer. Why is it all these little feminist grifters that pretend like, oh, believe all women? Why are they always the ones doing all this weird shit with women? It's weird, right? But nah, I'd never believe that this handsome fucking Chad right here would ever need to get too aggressive with a woman to get laid. No, he's too handsome. Look at this guy. Well, Joe, you are handsome, Joe.
Karaiku super chatted $10. Say this tongue twister super
another tongue twister. I like these.
Ping trips provocative primal ping puckers lips. Pricks pride, prods pockets, and pumps plump pulse pixels that make palms palpitate and players plead for more.
Fuck, this is you went hard on this one, dude. All right. I'm probably going to fuck this one up, all right. Problem is, too, like, my eyesight is just shit. Let me blow this up, because I don't want to fuck it up just because I can't see it. Pink trips, provocative, primal, ping, pluppers, lips, pricks, pride, prods, pockets, and pumps, plump, pulse pixels that make palms palpitate and players plead for more. I kind of slipped a little bit at the end, and I had to kind of slow myself down, because that's a fucking difficult one. That one's difficult, dude. Let me try that again. Pink trips, provocative, primal, ping, puckers, lips, pricks, pride, prods, pockets, and pumps, plump, pulse pixels. That makes palms palpitate and players plead for more. I did it better the second time. That's a difficult one, dude. You are a master of the fucking tongue twisters, dude. But you're gonna need it to work harder still. I'm gonna need one that's more difficult than that. Thank you for the $10, bro. I like this game. This is fun. This is a fun game. You rock, dude.
Interview with Hunter Biden.
Thank you for the $10.
So you talk about two piles of garbage trying to prop each other up. This is a perfect example of it. So I'm going to just play a few of the excerpts where they attack me with Hunter Biden. And, Alex Jones believes in flat earth. And Steve Bannon wants, to live under tyranny. And, there was no election fraud in 2020. This is just so pathetic. And Callahan is propped up by HBO and the establishment, but he goes around acting like he's this nice little, friendly guy. In both the interviews he uses excerpts of to act like I was being serious, those were admitted comedy pieces that he told me I'm doing a comedy show and I want you to...
See, I interviewed Alex right after this shit came out. And I let Alex know I don't like that piece of shit, Andrew. I don't like what he did to you. And they didn't even want to talk about it. They didn't even, at this point, he didn't even want to say anything bad about Andrew. I think he really liked Andrew. But I think Alex has sat with this long enough that he realizes that he just got played by a sneaky little fucking prick.
Comedy piece with me. And he did release those comedy pieces. But here he is with me screwing around with him years ago, trying to then act like that's really who I am. So, again, this is total disingenuousness. And then you've got Hunter Biden talking about how Steve Bannon and I do this for money. I had the globalists try to buy me off and hire me for decades. I don't get money from communist China and Russia and the Ukrainians and Burisma.
It is funny how they're so quick to call everybody on the right grifters. For example, there were people that are calling me a grifter already, right? It's like, weird. Weird, because if I was grifting and this was all about just making fucking money, I would have fucking made a bunch of fucking shit about how Joe Rogan's terrible, Joe Rogan sucks. Dude, if I would have did that pivot, the pivot to just being like too lazy to try, and the writing was on the wall, because as soon as I came out in 2020 and was like, I'm actually a fan of Rogan, I like Rogan, he's a good guy. I like Alex too, and thank you for the shout out, dude. You guys rock, much love. The amount of hate I got from just that simple little fucking thing was off the charts. So I knew at that point that there was a ton of these, and I did get a lot of subscribers from Reddit as well. So I got a ton of these like Joe Rogan derangement, Alex Jones derangement subscribers. And I knew at that point, if I pivoted to just being anti-Rogan and anti-Alex and anti-right-wing shit and just gave into that side of the audience, I would have probably gotten a lot of fucking success from that. And I would have made a ton of fucking money. Right? I would have been grifting the same way Too Lazy to Try is grifting right now. Every video would have been like, oh, Joe Rogan is an idiot. Oh, Alex Jones is an idiot. Tim Dillon's an idiot. Andrew Schultz is an idiot. Every video would have been that, right? And it would have been great. The algorithm would have loved it. I would have served up that beautiful fucking mirror to Reddit that they love. They love that mirror so they can just look at themselves and go, oh, look how great we are. So yeah, like Alex Jones is grifting. It's I mean, come on. If he was grifting, he's doing a really fucking terrible job of it.
Hunter Biden, I'm not giving 10% to the big guy. I wasn't all part of the whole auto pin system and posse that the last 4.5 years was running this country dictatorially. No, it's Hunter Biden, the smartest guy Joe Biden knew. So this is a gift from these people. I mean, it's an absolute joke to have Hunter Biden up there who doesn't actually counter anything I actually say. He just says, this guy thinks the earth's flat. And, of course, he brings up Sandy Hook, which they just attached me to for fundraising for the Democratic Party. Raised hundreds of millions of dollars off my name. So let's go ahead and start some of the excerpts from the interview, and I'll stop and start it at key points, but I basically already made my points. I mean, these are just two people that are emblematic of the dinosaur media and the system. And unlike the left, I have integrity. I will criticize Trump when he's wrong. The Democratic Party, they'll never criticize themselves because they're a cult funded by the establishment. They're the globalists. They're the kleptocrats. They're the problems. Here it is.
The conspiracy is that most mainstream conspiracy theories, flat earth, chemtrails, QAnon, all that stuff is deliberate misinformation to convince dumb people that they're doing important research and keep them away from the truth.
Right there.
I agree with that point. I honestly do think the CIA was like, how dumb are people? Jesus, it seems like we're really doing a good job in dumbing down the population, but how do we know how dumb they really are? Oh, I got it. Let's see how many people we can convince that the earth is flat. And yeah, they did a good job. They did a good job proving how dumb a segment of the population is.
You want to see the CIA director under Obama admitting geoengineering weather control weapons or the treaty for it? We'll play a little bit of that.
Another example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection.
Cannabis indica, you can do it, dude. What Too Lazy to Try and all these fucking grifters are doing, anybody can do it, dude. You just go do some research on Reddit, find out what the, like, okay, like, say you want to be one of these anti-Rogan channels, right? Just go to Reddit, read all of the fucking shit about Rogan that people are pissed off about, and there's your video. It writes itself, dude. You play some clips that back up what you're saying. You add the bare minimum of fucking commentary to it, which you don't even need to think about it. You just repeat the comments you read and change the wording a little bit. You can all do this. You can all get on this grift, dude, and make a ton of money. So do it.
Injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles.
It does help, though, that if you sound like a feminist little bitch. So if you sound like a feminist little bitch, that will definitely help.
That can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly. As promising as it may be, moving forward on SAI would also raise a number of challenges for our government and for the international community. On the technical side, greenhouse gas emission reductions would still have to accompany SAI to address other climate change effects, such as ocean acidification.
Look, I 100% believe in climate change, guys. It is not a hoax. I don't want that climate change banner popping up. What's up, Hunter Vex?
$2. When will Dave Portnoy review of Comet Pizza?
Dave Portnoy's been getting a lot of shit lately, hasn't he? That's a good idea. He really does need to get down there and give us a good review. I mean, maybe their pizza's good. You know, who knows? Who knows? I've been a big fan of like Detroit style pizza lately. Whenever I treat myself for there's this place called what the fuck is the name? It's some numbers or some shit. Like I think it's the area code for Michigan or Detroit or something. But they make like amazing Detroit style pizzas in Texas. And yeah, I've been killing those whenever I get pizza lately. Let me get back on the full screen. Yeah, thank you for the 2, brother. But yeah, maybe Comet has great pizza. Who knows? I mean, yeah, they might also be, you know, allegedly, it's a theory. It's obviously not real. They might have had something to do with, you know, some kid shit. But damn, the pizza might be good. And if it is, I'll give it a shot.
Because SAI alone would not remove greenhouse gases from the atmosphere.
Are they not open anymore? Did they close down?
On the geopolitical side, the technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition by some nations. Others might seize on SAI's benefits and back away from their commitment to carbon dioxide reductions. And as with other breakthrough technologies,
yeah, fuck those trees, dude. There's too many trees. We got to get rid of the carbon dioxide.
Global norms and standards are lacking to guide the deployment and implementation of SAI and other geoengineering initiatives.
The whole thing with the Texas floods, people were saying, like, you know, that company that was cloud seeding might have had something to do with it, and they're like, no way, that would only add like an inch of rain at most, and there's just no way that. Yeah, but then I look at the technology of how they seed clouds, and they spray it with some silver shit, and basically what it does is it makes the clouds better at creating, you know, doing what they already do, which is to, you know, whatever the fucking clouds do. I'm not a cloud scientist, but, you know, gather ice or whatever from the fucking upper crust or whatever. And then, so it just makes the clouds better at doing that. But doesn't that make you think maybe this could have had something that could have had something to do with it?
66 cents. Did you talk about Trump refusing to move forward on a new stadium in Washington unless they bring back the Redskins?
Yeah, I guess I could talk about it, but it felt like there was more important things to talk about than that. Like, yeah, it's stupid that they're all afraid of the PC police and that they don't want to like have an Indian name. It's like the Braves kept their name. You know, a lot of teams kept their Indian names because they didn't give into that shit. So yeah, it's still, yeah, I'll pull it up later. Is there a clip of him talking about it? I'll look for it, Green Juice. Thank you, brother. But yeah, so it improves the fucking ability for the clouds to create rain, right? So if the clouds would have normally maybe created a little bit of rain, once you shoot them with that silver shit, they become even better and they create more rain. So to tell me that this might not have had something to do, it makes me very suspicious. If you're doing something that makes the clouds create more rain than usual, and then you just happen to fucking have the worst fucking flood in history in that area, I don't know. I'm not making much sense of it, but it's almost like you seeded these clouds to make them better at creating rain, and then a real fucking flood situation developed, a real fucking thunderstorm situation developed, and now that thunderstorm is going to be way worse because those clouds are seeded to be hyper productive at creating rain. I'm not saying it right, but it's suspicious to me.
I mean, I could go 10 hours and just start and stop at each point. Mix flat earth, that's totally ridiculous, in with geoengineering not existing, quote, colloquial chemtrails. And then Hunter is so stupid, he can't even come up with something that I've done that I actually did. He just says, yeah, Alex Jones is flat earth. Let's continue.
All of Hunter Biden's talking points was like, oh, they say this about me, but Trump, Alex Jones, incels, white people. It's like, it was all just virtue signaling to the left. Just like every little word that will trigger them to get in line with the cult, you know?
Requires a higher.
Oh, I totally believe that. Yeah. Like, look, here, I'll give you the hierarchy of things. You have Steve Bannon. If you want to understand what the intellectual direction of what we'll call it the MAGA movement is, just listen to Steve Bannon. He spells it out. He says flat out. He says that he's going to bring the war that they've known for a long time, that if the war for the United States of America is going to be won on the streets of Los Angeles. Steve Bannon flat out said that, you know what we're going to do before the election was even over. He said that we're going to contest the election. We're going to say that the mail-in ballots were fraudulent, and we're going to contest the election, and we're going to go as far as we can, and we're going to break the institution as much as we possibly can.
All right, let's stop there.
100.
We knew the mail-in ballots were a fraud. The Democrats put out memos saying they were going to be able to steal the election. Pelosi said it doesn't matter how many votes Trump gets. We have the mail-in ballots. Then they kept the election going for days and days, shipping them in, and now it's been confirmed by the CIA and FBI that indeed the Communist Chinese did ship those in.
Well, odd. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that the fucking whole 2020 election needs to be revisited and forensically investigated, or however you would say it, because yeah, it just didn't make sense. And then you had all these rules being changed. You know, all of a sudden you could just send everybody a ballot to their house, and then you have stacks and stacks of just unfucking filled out ballots that you can do anything with at the end of the day. And then the weird behavior where all of a sudden, you know, Biden shoots straight fucking up and like nothing comes in for Trump. And then, you know, the Hunter Biden laptop where like, oh, that was a Russian hack. We're not allowed to report on it. And anybody that reports on it is getting fucking censored off the internet. Too many things too many things there that point you to something funny was going on.
And then Bannon talked about sanctuary cities, how they're going to have the left and the illegal aliens rise up like we've seen the last few months. That's in the Podesta memo. But then they don't even show Bannon saying the things they said he said in the next clip because he didn't say any of those things.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. There's probably one time where Bannon was talking about how California is like, everything starts in California and then spreads to the rest of the country, right? So if you can start a movement in California that takes hold, it will spread to the rest of the country. But I don't know, that's just me interpreting it.
Hunter Biden still the best Parmesan cheese smoker.
You got to give him credit, man. He is a professional crackhead. But I'm glad he's sober now, allegedly. Sure didn't look very sober in that interview, but yeah, whatever. Move on.
So again, this is total fraud upon total fraud. Here it is.
Believe strongly that the 2020 election was stolen. And we're not going to allow this to be stolen in the canvassing room.
And we'll break the courts, and we will break Congress, and we will break the Constitution.
Back it up to
well, breaking things sounds pretty good to me right now.
Seconds.
Yeah, let's break some shit.
We'll break the courts, we'll break Congress. That's Cloward and Piven. We'll override the system. We'll have the Article 3 judges, they're administrative, not co-equal like the Supreme Court, overrule Trump on all executive branch actions, which the Supreme Court overrode. That's the tyranny.
Ooh.
That's what
hit my elbow.
The crackhead pedophile, see, because he calls me a flat earther. He's actually overwhelmingly, it's clear, a crackhead and a pedophile. Sue me, Hunter, if it's not true. Sure, we'll have some rigged court or some Democrat judge find it. Great. I'm bulletproof. Billions of dollars in fake judgments. Good. Throw me in the briar patch. No, you are on tape.
I still believe that the whole Sandy Hook thing will be fucking completely overturned and Alex will be scot-free at some point. He's got to go through the appeals process. He's got to get to, because it's a First Amendment thing. You're allowed to question events, even if it hurts somebody's feelings. And I don't think it's going to hold up once you get to an honest court. They're going to overturn that shit.
In your laptop, not for it to be real, going, I work for the head of Chinese intelligence, and he's been missing for months, and what am I going to do? You're the traitor. You're the guy that does this for money. All I get is persecuted and attacked for telling the truth. And guess what? I don't care about money. So it doesn't matter what you do to me. I'm only getting stronger. You're getting weaker, crackhead. Continue.
And we'll break the courts, and we will break Congress, and we will break the Constitution. And he lays it out exactly what he intends to do. My point being is on the hierarchy of that, it goes from...
I've heard him claim that this is an unedited interview, Andrew from Channel 5. This is not an unedited interview. This interview has so many fucking edits, it's unbelievable. But I heard him say it again on X about how it was an unedited interview. Okay.
Steve Bannon...
No one's going to call him out on that, though. None of these too lazy to try grifters on the left are going to point out that this is Andrew's grifting to the left here. And he gave a very softball interview to one of the probably most corrupt political individuals in the history of my lifetime. But yeah, he just sucked his dick for 3 hours. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, Tim Dillon, he's compromised. Okay, dude.
Fucking Alex Jones. And Alex Jones talks about the flat earth, and he talks about...
Is there a lot of coping going on with the Tim Dillons and the Alex Joneses around Donald Trump? Yeah. But they are calling out Donald Trump in a way that the left would never even come close to calling out their own side. And that's just reality, whether you want to admit it or not.
I mean, whatever Alex Jones talked about.
Hit pause. Back it up 10 seconds. So Callahan says, I'm doing a comedy show. I think we can work out maybe.
And then Hunter's calling like people incels. I guess, you know, if you just go fuck hookers, smoke crack and fuck hookers, that makes you not an incel. It's like, well, wait a minute. Any of these incels can go get a hooker, dude. That's why I don't really believe in like incels. These are just sad fucks that have given up or have no confidence to even try. Because the ugliest dude in the world, if he just put in a month of work and didn't give up, he could get laid. In worst case scenario, he could just go get a hooker like Hunter Biden. So, I don't know. The incel thing is a little bit like, I mean, maybe if you're like a quadriplegic, you know, who like got his face burned. Well, no, but even those people get married. Even those people that like have extreme fucking physical damage and end up looking like victims from like a horror film, even them find fucking women to marry them. Because they try. Because they don't sit on their ass crying all day. They get out there and try.
Drink, have some fun. And everybody knows I do comedy stuff here and there. Not very often, but I do it. I'm going to be on Tim Dillon today. And Callahan done a comedy show before. But, he was doing an HBO movie. He told me it was something else. And then he put it out like it was real. Like, I run around drinking Jamesons while I work out. Yeah, right. So, I think he
bought a lot of cred doing that, Alex. This is why he's getting to talk to Hunter Biden. He bought a lot of cred with the left when he did that hit piece on you. And a lot of his shit has always been leaning to, like, pushing the left narrative about the border, about everything the left is into, you know, drugs, all that, which, you know, I do agree with a lot of people on the left. We should legalize like most drugs.
They even brought the bottle of Jameson's, if I remember. So again, that's how stupid they think you are. Here it is.
Fucking Alex Jones. And Alex Jones talks about the flat earth, and he talks about the, I mean, whatever Alex Jones talking about.
I eat babies.
Alex Jones has never been for flat earth. It's like, it's annoying when the left can't even get it right. It's like, oh, he talks about flat earth. Oh, he's obsessed with the Jews. Oh, he's like, it's not. You guys don't even watch fucking Alex Jones, do you? Like, you don't even have any real evidence or info as to what he's actually talking about. You just make shit up.
Every night I eat it with barbecue sauce.
You don't know if I'm single yet, or single or not, Dr. Jack. I wouldn't tell you if I'm single or not. I don't share my personal life, fuck faces. If you haven't noticed, I'm not one of those that's like, oh yeah, here's my whole life. You know, I'll show you my dog every now and then. That's about it.
And I flew to the moon last night with a witch, and I took DMT with Easter bunnies.
Sandy,
like I'm gonna start doing like streams with my girlfriend. Like, everybody here, come meet my girlfriend. No, dude, I like to keep my personal life personal. And women that have social media followings and like are looking for social media views, those are the women I do not ever date. Okay,
and things like that. This is wholly aligned.
I did a whole rant where I said I've been demonized as the devil, so I guess I did all this. And I said I killed the kids.
His name's Jack Tulsi. You got me.
Sandy Hook. Everybody thinks that, not Adam Lanza who did it. So again, everything out of context, everything to deceive viewers, to worship the political corpse of Hunter Biden, who was reportedly in the committees, according to witnesses, that would decide what the auto pen would do. You didn't elect Hunter Biden, did you? But he thinks you did. Here it is.
Sandy Hook and things like that. This unholy alliance has come together because of one really big reason. They've all figured out how to become incredibly fucking rich because of it.
So maybe the conspiracy is...
Look, man, there's a lot of ladies that watch this show, and I don't want to ruin their hopes and tell them that I'm, not single. So, look, it's none of your business, Seriously, there's things about my personal life that are my personal life that I'm not going to talk about. Maybe one day, I'll fucking... But again, if I'm dating a chick, I like to date chicks that really don't fuck around with social media. It's really a warning sign. This is a heads up for you guys. Chicks who are on social media, that's like the first warning sign, okay? That you probably need to back off.
Isn't, Russia telling people what to do and how to think. It's just profit incentivized.
And not all women are on social media, FYI.
Content creators farming outrage through these ridiculous conspiracies.
Once again, back it up. This is Callahan talking about himself with all his corporate deals and all his HBO shows and all he does. Oh, I'm a guy in an RV. Oh, I'm just a nobody. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, because the Russiagate's totally discredited. All the documents have been released that Obama...
If I get married, I'll tell you guys, all right? But I don't have plans on getting married. Would like to get married, but it's not going to be anytime soon.
Brennan, Clapper, Comey cooked it up with Hillary. Spied on me, spied on Trump, did all that.
I'm not married.
Oh, now it's not Russia, which Hunter and his dad were getting money from Moscow. No. It's just that we make so much money getting censored, getting sued, getting attacked. No, we have integrity. Like when Trump came out 2 weeks ago and said, don't look at Epstein, and you're not a part of MAGA if you don't. If you ask questions, I said, I'm not in the cult if that's what you're doing.
Dr. Jack, you got me, bro. I can't get chicks, bro. You got me. You got me.
Trump's full of crap.
Fucking,
see, because I don't follow talking
shit. Like,
points.
you think that's good? What's going to get to
integrity.
me?
And the
You're mad because what are you mad about? What did I say, Jack, that made you mad? It's smart. It's smart to attack stupid things like that than to actually attack anything I'm actually saying. Or maybe you're just trolling.
Democrats are pure evil and
It's
known
okay.
to be bad.
You're allowed to troll.
And if I start seeing Trump go sideways, which I'm seeing, I'm going to criticize him. So that's not something Andrew butt kisser of the establishment, Callahan.
Jack, if you do, send her my information, okay? Or send me her information, and we'll test that theory out, bro.
And crackhead,
we'll test it out.
Pedophile aficionado,
We'll
Hunter
see
Biden
how it
understand.
If your girlfriend's,
so don't ever compare me to yourself.
She's ugly.
Do
Don't worry
stuff like
about
a
it.
vending
I don't
machine,
have
like
time
you
for
and your
that.
father, and 10% for the big guy.
And meanwhile, it became this thing. And, like, I really don't mean it. Like, oh, poor, woe is me. But it became this thing. Where do I start with my defense? Do I start with my defense about the fact that, the special counsel charged me? Yeah, I didn't pay my taxes on time.
I'm in a situation where I can't fuck with clout chasing women. So the worst thing you can do in the situation I'm in is start dating a bunch of, and most of the women on social media are clout chasing. Not all of them, but most of them. So yeah, okay. If you guys want to date women that are on social media, sharing every aspect of their personal life, good luck with that.
Yeah, but then I paid with penalties and interest. But then
it's one thing if they just have, like, if you're an IG and you have a private account, that's different. That's different. But if it's one of these chicks that's posting 10 times a day, sharing fucking everything about her life, that's a huge warning sign, guys.
This happened, and but wait, what about the gun? And you were a crack addict, right? And when were you a crack addict? And there was cocaine found in the, oh, wait a second, you were doing business in Ukraine? What about that bioweapons lab in Ukraine? And don't you have some connections to George Soros? I mean, you can go down that chain, like I said before, from the reality.
Yeah, Soros isn't the sugar daddy for the Democrats, who the State Department laundered money through, all on record, or the open borders, or the NGOs.
Jack, I'm trying to read the comment section and then you post this stupid shit. So I'm just going to remove you because I'd rather hear from people that are actually adding some fucking substance. So let's see. 24 hours should be good enough. You probably won't come back anyway. All righty.
Human trafficking. Yeah, you're not in.
Just stop being annoying, dude. You're hitting on some over. Oh, you don't have to go. What the fuck, man? There's better things to talk about here. You sit here and talk about whether I got a fucking girlfriend or not, you fucking weirdo.
Hundreds of videos, well, freaking thousands in your laptop that the FBI knew was real and said wasn't, and censored everybody in 2020. No, you're just a victim.
Well,
when you have
like
the
Jack,
audio,
you
you
suck
say
a
you
dick.
work for the head of Chinese intelligence.
I get calls from my father to tell me that the New York Times is calling, but my old partner, Eric, who literally has done...
What if I did have a girlfriend that wants to be on the down low? You think I want to keep fucking talking about it? Like, no, I mean, again, it's none of your fucking business, dude.
Harm for I don't know how long is the one taking the calls because my father will not stop sending the calls to Eric.
And then if I respond to something like that, it's like, you're so triggered. It's like, what the fuck? I'm reading the comment section, dumbass. I don't go and read 10 fucking comments and then until I find the comment I like. I look and the first fucking comment I see, I react to. So that's why it's like I want to get rid of you because I want to look and actually react to comments that aren't annoying as fuck.
Eric.
Dumbass.
I have another New York Times reporter calling about.
But it's a good tactic. It's a good tactic.
Of literally, Dr. Patrick Coe, the spy chief.
Again, I didn't say whether or not I had a girlfriend, Green Juice. I said that's none of y'all's fucking business. That's not an answer.
Who started the company that my partner, who was worth $323 billion, founded, and is now missing. The richest man in the world is missing, who was my partner.
No, you and Swallow as well. You don't work for the Chi-Coms. You're good Americans. Let's continue.
That's the way I like it. There's certain things in my personal life I don't want to fucking talk about, dude. Like, it's not anybody's business.
I mean, you can go down that chain, like I said before, from the reality-based kind of conspiracies that are trumpeted by Steve Bannon all the way down to Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And below.
I mean, I just feel like maybe this isn't a woe is me thing, but I mean, it's just kind of sad. Like, I don't want to, make you play the victim here or anything, but you got a year plus sober. You've just married the love of your life. Things are starting to look up, and all of a sudden, all of your private messages and photos for 2 decades are now owned by the political opposition of your father and are being published by...
I love how they're trying to turn it into like he's a victim. Oh, he's just a victim that got hacked and all of his private information came out. Yeah, he's just a victim.
Okay. A sort of horrible ecosystem of these like carnivorous...
By the way, I was joking. It's Alexander Soros married to Aberdeen. But I mean, I don't want to say you're the victim.
No, it's more about the trolls who ask a question and then you answer it, and then they act like there's some fucking victory because you're annoyed that they keep fucking hitting on the same thing you don't want them to hit on. It's like, what? Like, no, I don't want to talk about my fucking sex life. It's none of your business, dude.
I just want to play a bunch of clips out of context from a comedy show and make Alex shows look bad for the crackhead pedophile. And again, this Callahan guy, they prop him up. Nobody watches him. Nobody cares. It's like Colbert. It's all a big joke. But they don't stop. They just continue trying to con us, continuing with their fraud. Continue.
These like carnivorous journalists who are just looking to destroy and dissect every element of your private life. Do you feel like sobriety became...
Well, stop talking about it in the comment section. Okay, I'll stop reading the comment section then. I'll stop talking. You fuckers keep talking about it in the comment section. And I'm trying to respond to comments. So it's like, okay, the more I talk about it, the more you talk about it. So I'll stop reading the comment section. Eventually, you guys will stop talking about it. All right.
Harder?
We'll do it that
after
way.
the October surprise?
You would think the answer was yes, but what it ended up doing is that...
The trolls are so good sometimes.
I had, for the first time ever, to truly make a choice in sobriety, like in full sobriety. A month of sobriety.
What I'm going to have to start doing is just not... I'll read comments, but I'll sit here for an hour reading through the comments to find the one I want to react to, rather than just looking and reacting to what I see.
For the first time in my life, to make a choice whether to live or die. And what I mean is that I knew there would be no coming back.
So the PR firms got together months ago and said Hunter is totally shot. The auto pens come out. It was a dictatorship, total fraud. The Bidens were taking money from everybody. They weren't Chinese agents, Russian agents, Ukrainian agents. They were just vending machines you put money into and got what you wanted. Who do we go to? We go to Andrew Callahan, the joke of jokes. The guy that puts out Sandy Hook lies against Alex Jones. The guy that says it's a comedy show and it's not against Alex Jones. Let's go to that perfect fraud. And let's have him make everybody feel sorry for Hunter Biden and all the hundreds of millions of dollars he laundered through to his dad.
Welcome, Dr. Shrek. Thank you, bro.
You guys are beyond a joke. Oh, this is the smartest Biden. This is the best Biden. And he says you're the smartest guy in the world. Here's the difference. I'm not funded by the communist Chinese or the Russians or the Ukrainians or Burisma. I'm not with a bunch of crack whores and crack and...
The amount of fucking footage of Hunter Biden being an insane person, it's off the charts, dude. It's off the charts. Like, why would you ever film yourself doing this? This is the part that's weird to me. It's almost like he wanted... Like, he was like kind of self-destructive in a way. Like he kind of wanted to destroy himself in a way. He's probably got a lot of guilt for some shit he did in the past.
In beds, naked with kids and these photos on his laptop that are nightmarish. We're not going to show them here. It's a family show. I'm funded by you. And more important.
All right, yeah. Alex is funded by you. We all are. We're all funded by you. Here we go. Got to find what some of the other shit is. I think I already went through the show links. I'm going to bookmarks. It's just annoying, man. It's so annoying. I fucking spent so much time setting this shit up. And now I gotta fucking go through and find it. What else are we talking about here? Okay, yeah, this one is... We'll play a little bit of this one, but this one's a little scary. This is why I didn't check the organ donor shit. It's like, why would you want to incentivize somebody to fucking kill you? Even when I was like really young, I was like, no. It seems sketchy to me to click, I want to be an organ donor, because you know, those organs, somebody might really, really want them. And yeah, so it turns out I was good to be cautious.
Ladies and gentlemen, this just broke. The report came out in the last hour. I just read it. I am poleaxed right now. HHS has just released a report with a study they did that hospitals, particularly the big ones around the country, will basically kill viable people that are going to survive who aren't even brain dead, and will then prep them and keep them alive and tell their families they're going to die so they can then go to the organ harvesting companies and line it up to kill them and take their organs. You hear about organ harvesting in Ukraine or Gaza, it goes on. But it's going on right here. And to bring up my dad, who was a very successful entrepreneur.
Was his dad harvesting organs? What are you saying here, Alex?
He owned dental offices in Dallas and in Mesquite when I grew up in Dallas. And I remember when I was about to go get my provisional driver's license when I was like 15, the hardship because I had a job, he said, son, don't sign your organ donor card. And I said, why, Dad? He said, well, I owned, as you know, he just sold it, a small hospital in Mesquite. And we
like, how much did it cost for Ben Askren to get his lung transplant? There's a lot of fucking money involved in this shit. Anytime there's like a money incentive for you to die, that's not good.
He didn't do any of this. But he said, I know other doctors in Dallas, and they say that they kill viable people. You have a car wreck, you're not even brain dead, you're survivable. They will not give you treatment. They'll prep you to harvest your organs.
Thank you, Dr. Shrek.
Dr. Shrek super chatted $10. I love your short comedy videos, and the Alex Jones ones are probably my favorite of all time. Cheers, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Now, I kind of rolled my eyes, but I still didn't sign the organ donor card. Now, in most states, they don't even ask you. If you don't opt to not do it, they do it. And I remember many years later, once I already moved to Austin, with my mom's parents, watching 60 Minutes about Chicago, Dallas, and a few other cities where they caught hospitals killing people for their organs. So this has been out for a while. But now HHS has gone in and looked at the numbers, looked at the facts, talked to the whistleblowers, and that they are killing.
A good question, MAKO. He says it probably cost the hospital like $10,000 and charged Ben like $1 million. I'd like to see a breakdown of that. Like, what did it actually cost the hospital? How much did the hospital make in profits off of this? Because anytime there's a profit motive, that's one of the things that made COVID so fucked up, is they gave hospitals a profit motive, an incentive to call people, to list people as having COVID. Everybody that died from COVID, like, I think it was like one amount, I forgot the amounts, but it was like you got one amount of money if you had a patient that had COVID, you got a certain amount. And then if you put that patient on a ventilator, you got more. And then if that patient died, you got even more money. So you're like literally incentivizing. And you don't even have to, like, it's not rocket science. Anytime you incentivize something, you're going to get that result.
Survivable people and prepping them and lying to their families to steal their organs, they can get up to $400,000 per person. You saw that with COVID. Oh, we're overwhelmed. We can't even have heart attack patients here. The hospital's empty except the special floor where they're intubating you for $53,000 if you killed somebody.
Yeah, I don't want to watch this whole thing. I think that was enough. Let's see if there's anything else here. I don't know if we have anything else because, all right, we got the Ghislaine Maxwell stuff. All out of fucking order, dude. Totally ruined everything, that shit fucking up. Let me see. Let's get into the Ghislaine Maxwell. The Ghislaine. Let's see. Nobody ever said the Russians. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, Joe Rogan's talking about fucking universal basic income again.
And so
I can understand the argument for universal basic income once the robots take over everything and there are no jobs, but yet you still have all this production and all this wealth being generated. There's even like the idea that you should just basically, every robot should be sponsored by an American. So for every robot, like all the wealth and you know, all the production and money that robot generates should go to an American. And like at birth, everybody's assigned their robot that works for them. That's another way to do it. But yeah, you're going to have to, we're going to probably end up with socialism one way or the other, guys. Because what else can you do when there are no jobs? and robots can literally do the work of humans. I mean, there'll be a tiny amount of jobs, like who can repair the robots, the software, you know, but that's not going to be enough for the whole population. It's going to be a conundrum that we probably will face in my lifetime.
There's a lot of people that feel completely disenfranchised by the system that's currently in place now that I think is going to be upended by AI. So there is an opportunity for them to do something completely different. And the positive aspect of universal basic income.
Yeah, we have to be, P-Money, yeah, we have to be at the point where the robots have put everybody out of work. But to me, once that starts happening, it's going to happen really quick. And the transition's going to be really nasty. So the longer you delay, the more people are going to fucking starve to death, dude. So, yeah, I mean, once the technology's there and you have robots who can manipulate things with their hands and are capable of doing the things that humans can do, because it's already happening now with a lot of like coding, like white collar work. It's not robots, but AI can do that shit. But once you have robots that can like turn a wrench, you know, you got robots that can build a house, that can do your plumbing, that can cook your food. That's when we're going to be fucked. I don't know how you solve that without some sort of form of socialism.
Is that, first of all, I think we could both agree that if an enormous amount of jobs just go away, that probably is the only way to sustain society. You can't just have people go poor and go hungry when we have unfathomable wealth that's being created by these same systems, right? So universal basic income, on one hand, has a lot of hope because there is this potential that you now no longer. So we're locked into this situation where you think that you're working and you have to work because you have to take care of food and you have to take care of shelter. And
good point, Laika. He says, learn to be happy homeless. Maybe what you need to do is learn to live off the land again. You know, go move to some lake, build yourself a log cabin outside some lake in the middle of nowhere. Figure out how to live off the land again. That's the other solution.
That this is,
you know, go full Owen Benjamin.
what most people are doing.
Grow all your own food, have all your own animals, have your own water supply. What do you need after that?
Most people in this country right now are working check to check. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and they're essentially getting by. And any catastrophe, medical or otherwise, will eliminate all savings instantaneously, and they're doomed. And so what they're doing is just working, giving most of their life just to sustain whatever state they're in currently. And that's very frustrating for people because they don't think they ever get ahead, and they don't think they have any potential to get ahead.
It's frustrating, but it's even worse when they don't have that. Not all people, but a lot of people, you take away their work, they become miserable and mentally unhealthy and unstable. So humans are meant to be doing something. They're meant to be working. So it's going to be difficult when there is no work and we're just like, oh, what do we do with ourselves? Some people will evolve and be able to handle it and figure out purpose beyond their job. But especially like the older generation, their whole fucking ego and purpose in life evolves around their work. All their self-worth revolves around their work and what they do for a living. I mean, it's kind of like dogs that are trained to do a job, like work dogs. They're so much healthier and happier when they're doing their job every day than if they're just laying around the house. Like my dog, he likes to he's like a little watchdog because he goes back to like Tibet, and they used to use him as like watchdogs. So they would watch around the monasteries and like bark at anybody that they didn't recognize coming to the monastery. And if I put him next to a window, he's happy as fuck. He'll sit next to a window all day just staring at everything that goes around, barking at it, because that's his job. That's what he was bred to do. And it makes him happy. And humans are similar in that way. So yeah, it's going to be tough for a lot of people to evolve when that world arrives. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but it seems like it's definitely coming.
So if something comes along that takes care of that aspect of life, so if universal basic income can provide you with food and shelter. Now,
yeah, miserable with Joshua, that's a good way to put it. Miserable with work, miserable without work. I think you'd be more miserable without work for some people because some people don't know how to have purpose. People will evolve though, but a lot of people don't know how to have purpose without a job.
You no longer have to think about food. You no longer have to think about shelter. Now you have to find meaning.
A lot of people just don't have the drive to do anything on their own. They need a boss. They need a job. You know, the paycheck drives them to work, and then the work makes them feel good about themselves. But if you have no drive, you have no need to go get a paycheck. Most people aren't going to do the work, and then they're going to be pretty miserable and not really feel good about themselves. So they have to figure out a way to replace that work with something that's, you know, I think it could be great because, you know, maybe people will get serious about inventing new things and fucking there'll be better art. More people will be free to do more art. You have more art, more music, all that. But there's only room for so many musicians and so many artists. So what the fuck will people do? You know? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of time on people's hands, man. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a rough transition. I think there's going to be people that can do it and be happy, but there's going to be a lot of people that have like severe depression if there's no jobs and they just getting money every month for doing nothing. Let's see what else we got here. We got to get to the Ghislaine shit. Okay. AG Pam Bondi states that Ghislaine Maxwell will testify about Epstein. The truth about Jeffrey Epstein and his clients will be told. Ghislaine and her family all agreed and want to tell her full story. You know, this can go many different ways. There's already talk like that she's afraid for her life because, to be honest, we need to go check the cameras on her cell block right now. Like, Trump, that's something we need to do, Trump. You need to hold a press conference and be like, we need the best technical team to get in there right now and check the cameras in her jail cell and make sure those cameras do not go down.
Brian
and make sure she doesn't have too many sheets as well.
Potter Scrapes Kids. Just a reminder. Love you, son.
Brian, it's good to see you again, man. Well, it's a possibility, Brian, but we really don't know. But it's definitely a possibility, dude. So yeah, it's another thing too. Epstein had like 3 sets of sheets. He had his sheets, the roommate sheets that had moved out already, and then somehow he had a 3rd pair of sheets. The dude had so many fucking sheets. It's so weird. But yeah, she's afraid for her life. It's possible, dude, if you offer her like an immunity and maybe even some sort of witness protection type situation where she can go start a new life, maybe she's willing to blow the whistle, man. Maybe she's pissed off. She wants to set the truth straight, you know? But then she could also just be lying and just saying whatever her handlers tell her to say. The thing is, do you trust the people that are tasked with uncovering the truth and that their goal is really to uncover the truth, or just to steer Ghislaine to say the things they want her to say? So I don't know, man. I'm down for it. We'll know when we start hearing things. You know, if it's a bunch of shit that just doesn't add up and doesn't make sense, we'll know. We're not too dumb to fall for a bunch of bullshit. But the possibility that she could spill the beans and have, you know, because who else fucking would know except for her? I mean, there's obviously probably some other people that know, but she for sure knows some shit. So yeah, let's see what comes out of it. But it doesn't matter. No one's going to believe it anyway. Unless she comes out and starts naming a bunch of like high profile people, and then those people start getting arrested, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think people are going to believe it or be satisfied.
All right, here we go. We got a Fox News alert for you. We just learned that Attorney General Pam Bondi has ordered her deputy AG to go meet with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's former associate, in prison.
Todd Pyro joins us now with the latest. Hey, Todd.
Hey, good morning again, guys. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche saying the following, quote, President Trump has told us to release all credible evidence. If Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims, the FBI and the DOJ will hear what she has to say. I have communicated with counsel for Ms. Maxwell to determine whether she would be willing to speak with prosecutors from the department. I anticipate meeting with Ms. Maxwell.
I don't know what she will do, Black Mage, but I mean, wouldn't you try? She clearly knows. I mean, maybe you fucking do some, like I've said, some enhanced interrogation. Because the people say, oh, if you do enhanced interrogation, people will just say whatever you want them to say. Yeah, but that's if you're doing it on an innocent person. If you're doing it on a person that's obviously guilty and obviously knows some shit like Ghislaine, she's going to spill the beans because she has beans to spill. So I don't know. You got to try. You have this person that has inner knowledge of the fucking trafficking, and all the people involved, you got to try. You got to try to get her to talk.
In the coming days, end quote. Blanche also saying, quote, justice demands courage. For the first time, the Department of Justice is reaching out to Ghislaine Maxwell to ask, what do you know? FBI Director Kash Patel also signaling his support for the move, reacting online earlier saying, get it. Ghislaine Maxwell is the only associate held criminally or civilly liable in connection with the allegations against Epstein. President Trump called for grand jury transcripts to be unsealed, and the DOJ filed the motion for that on Friday.
I say we have to judge by what comes out. So nobody should be against, hey, let's try to see if she'll fucking come out and be a whistleblower and explain things. But then once we get the information, then we judge. Is this believable? Does this sound like bullshit? But we got to try. Why? I mean, I get the skepticism. We're all skeptical. You'd be stupid to not be skeptical. But yeah, fucking try.
Ghislaine Maxwell is going to sing. She's going to tell us everything. This I have on the highest conceivable. So let's just off the top with the news. I've been on the phone since this news broke at 7 a.m. this morning. I saw this news break and we said, like, let's go. We're going to call every source that we have in the DOJ. We're going to call everybody in the FBI and figure out what we can possibly know about this. And so here's what I can tell you from, let's just call it the most impeccable source you can get from inside of the Trump administration. Ghislaine Maxwell will testify. Ghislaine Maxwell will not only testify that it's already been set up, that's already done, and that her and her lawyers, her family, have all agreed to this. And that Ghislaine Maxwell says that the story that we know is like the opposite of actually what's being reported. I don't know what that means. And I couldn't get further disclosures. But here's what I know. This isn't copium.
To me, man, I understand what you're saying. But what is your suggestion? That we just don't want to hear what she has to say? I get it. Whatever she says is going to be just what they want us to believe, right? Okay, so what are we doing here? Let's just, I mean, what's the point of anything then?
This isn't hopium. This isn't dangling a shiny.
I want to hear what the fuck, even if they're just telling her to say things, I want to hear what they're telling her to say. Because it's information that you can use. Even if it's lies, you can use that information to go, why are they lying about this? Why are they lying about that?
You know? Once we get the information, then we judge. Yay, bro, that's what we're waiting for. Trump giving the information. Why would he bury it?
Is this Brian? I don't know. It's cut off. Is this Brian? Because Brian, you've already made up your mind that he fucked kids, right? So yeah, in your mind, no matter what comes out, he fucked kids and he's hiding it. I think it's a possibility, but there are other things that are possible too. But no, it's just he fucked kids and there's no other way around that. Okay. Well, if he did fuck kids, I would like to know. I'd like to have some evidence of that. Other than just him acting guilty, because he is acting guilty as fuck. But that's not enough evidence to just say, yes, he did fuck kids. It's enough to go, he might have. Sure seems like it. A lot of you guys just want him to be guilty. A lot of you might have Trump derangement syndrome, and you just want whatever the worst case scenario is for Trump, so you can be proven right in your decades-long fucking obsession with Trump and how terrible he is. I'm actually interested in getting to fucking what is real and what's not, which is probably never going to happen. But yeah, I want to see what they do with this. I want to see what happens. I want to see if all of a sudden she's coming out and just like, I don't know. Even if it's bullshit, it still gives us information as to why are they doing this bullshit. You know, same way Trump hiding the fucking files overnight, changing his opinion.
$1.99.
Same way that gave us information.
Ghislaine Maxwell drops Friday.
Nelk interview with Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, I'd watch that. Hopefully they do a better job than they did with fucking Netanyahu. We'll see. But yeah, same way Trump flipping the switch overnight and going, hey, actually don't ask about the files and you're stupid if you ask for the files. That gave us information. Even though that was an attempt to cover it up, it still told us, well, why are they covering it up? Did Trump fuck somebody? So there's still information to be gained even when they fucking lie.
Any object for a fish to bite, okay? Really?
But for some of you, there's no acceptable solution other than Trump fucked kids, and that's all you want it to be. Like, you want that to be what it is. Whereas I don't want that to be what it is, but I'm open to the possibility that that's what it is.
Got him again. This is happening. Ghislaine Maxwell will testify. Ghislaine Maxwell will meet with the feds. This is the first time
Thank you for that
any fed has tried to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell or get her story. She's been silent on this, never spoken about it at all, about whatever the Epstein op was, which I think it's pretty obvious that it was an intel op. But Ghislaine Maxwell will, of course, know. The reason why this is important, if you've been living under a rock, is that Ghislaine Maxwell was the madame, the confidant, the co-conspirator, the person who sex trafficked Virginia Roberts to Prince Andrew. Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison during doing 20 years for sex trafficking to no one. Maybe we'll get the answers. But I can't, like, this is totally compatible with everything that we've been asking, which is the most critical piece of evidence is actually not in the Wall Street Journal or not in Donald Trump's lurid paintings, you know, or poems that he writes to Jeffrey Epstein. It's in the physical existence of Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in federal lockup right now, begging to tell her story. And now, ladies and gentlemen, today, Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025, we may well hear the truth about what happened. I can confirm that to you off the top. This is not a hype.
I don't know if we're going to hear the truth. We're going to hear what she's got to say, which hopefully they fucking, it's not some closed door shit that we never actually hear what she has to say. Let's hear her out. Because like you said is absolutely correct. Like, she is the best piece of evidence of everything. Like, at this point, it doesn't look like we're getting the files. We're not getting this. We're not getting that. Well, let's hear what the fuck she has to say. And yeah, give us the files, but we're not getting the files anytime soon. Otherwise, we would have fucking got it already. Let's see what else we got here. Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney says she is willing to testify truthfully in court regarding in regards to the crimes committed on the infamous Epstein Island. How long will it be before she is found in her cell lifeless? Yeah, that's what everybody's wondering.
The Trump administration vowing more transparency regarding the infamous Epstein files. Now some lawmakers are counting on Maxwell to blow the case wide open. She is currently serving 20 years in federal prison.
All right, let's kick things off with our justice correspondent, David Spunt. He's got the very latest on this from Washington for us. So, David, how is Maxwell's legal team responding right now?
Well, Sandra, Maxwell's attorney says that Ghislaine Maxwell will tell the truth when spoken to by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. And in the same statement, the attorney praised President Trump for, quote, trying to get to the bottom of this. Now, AG Pam Bondi and her deputy Blanche made this surprising announcement on social media this morning. Blanche in active negotiations to meet Maxwell in prison. She's been in Florida, in Tallahassee, for 3 years. President Trump says he's okay with the meeting. Watch.
No concern. He's a very talented person. He's very smart.
He's talking about Todd Blanche. Blanche said in a statement, the Department of Justice does not shy away from uncomfortable truth, nor from the responsibility to pursue justice.
Yes. Trump raped kids. If you were floated as a PDP, would you not be begging for documentation to be absolved? Anyone ever pictured with Epstein that isn't pleading for it to be released is a kid fucker.
Okay. There's no other possibilities, right? I mean, I get it. It sure looks that way. I've said that a million fucking times. It looks like you're covering up, like, because you probably did some terrible shit. But there's also the possibility that they got control of the blackmail. There's also the possibility that there's other things that Trump doesn't want people to know about. There's other possibilities, but a lot of you want Trump to be a kid fucker because you fucking have TDS, Brian. You seem to have a little TDS, and that's fine. Thank you for the $50, by the way. But yeah, you should, be open to like thinking about all the possibilities and not just the one you hope for the most. Because it's clearly that's what you're hoping for, Brian. You're clearly hoping for that. And yes, I'm hoping for the opposite. But I'm still have to be honest and go, we don't fucking know, dude. We know there's funny business afoot. We know there's a cover up, but we don't know the whys, the fucking details of it.
Justice wherever the facts
could be covering for Israel. Like a lot of people say, oh, Trump, it's not that Trump fucked kids, it's that Israel's all over this. And that, now he's covering for Israel. There's a lot of other fucking explanations, dude. But yeah, it's very possible he fucked some kids too. It's a possibility. Thank you, Brian.
may lead. The joint statement by the DOJ and FBI of July 6th remains as accurate today as when it was written, namely that in the recent thorough review of the files maintained by the FBI in the Epstein case, no evidence was uncovered that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. The president has told us to release all credible evidence. If Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims, the FBI and the DOJ will hear what.
Because I haven't made up my mind that he's a
Mahoney
rapist like you
super
have,
chatted
Brian
$20.
Mahoney.
Why are you bending over backwards to throw to rapist? You wouldn't be as lenient if the shoe was on the other foot. And you know that.
Well, who am I calling a rapist on the left side? Other than like Bill Clinton, who was, you know, I think we can all agree Bill Clinton did some fucking shady shit. But I mean, what do you want from me, Brian? I'm not going to just say that something's true when I can have no fucking evidence other than somebody's acting fishy. You know? I've said it's a real possibility. I've said it a million fucking times, dude. But we don't know. You want to pretend like we know. We have the answer. No, we don't. We just know there's shady shit going on, and it looks like there's a cover-up. And there's a million fucking reasons they could be doing a cover-up, Brian. But yeah, I get it, dude. You want him to be guilty of that shit. And it's a very real possibility that you could be right, Brian. But I'm not going to pretend like I know 100% that that's the case when I don't. None of us do.
What she has to say. Ghislaine Maxwell talked to the previous DOJ and lost her case. She's serving that 20-year federal prison sentence in Florida, convicted of aiding sexual predator Jeffrey Epstein by bringing underage girls to him over the years. She was sentenced, as I said, in 2022 and has been behind bars since. Now, this keeps the Epstein story, one that President Trump and the administration wanted to go away, in the headlines. But officials now feel they are in the driver's seat. Trump has recently said the Attorney General, as you see him there with her on March 14th, he says that she could release any credible evidence. Now they want to talk to Maxwell to see if she has anything credible to say. Here's what her attorney says, quote.
Okay, are they going to do this thing again where everything she says is not credible, so we don't, because that's the thing with the Epstein files. Oh, we'll release everything that's credible, which means nothing because it's all not credible. I don't know. When they use this credible shit, how about just give it to us and let us decide whether it's credible or not?
Ghislaine will always testify truthfully. We're grateful to President Trump.
Mimir, you see the same thing I'm seeing. You guys have jumped to your conclusion because you think you have the answers when you really don't yet. Nobody does. Nobody does. People have the answers that they want to be true, but you don't know, Mimir. I mean, you guys think you fucking know everything. You don't. Nobody does. I obviously don't. So I can speculate that, yeah, that is a definite possibility. But to pretend like you know for sure that that's the case, you don't. I'm sorry to tell you, you don't.
For his commitment to uncovering the truth.
Sure looks like it, though. And I will acknowledge that all fucking day long. It sure looks bad. Sure looks like he might have been doing some shit like that. But to pretend like there ain't any other fucking possibility as to why he would behave that way other than he fucked kids, that wouldn't be reality. There are other possibilities. But fucking kids is also on the table as a possibility as well.
Truth in this case, end quote. But remember, critics are already pointing out that she's behind bars and clearly wants out of prison. No word, though, yet when that meeting is scheduled to take place.
I heard it's going to happen pretty quick. They should really do it. Somebody said earlier they should do it on Tim Dillon. I think it was on my Discord. Tim Dillon should interview her. Yeah, just do it. Do it on a fucking podcast, man, so we can all see. Because I'm afraid they're going to do this interview and it's going to be all closed door shit and we're never going to know what the fuck was actually said. Wasn't there one I passed up over here? Ghislaine Maxwell's brother says he no longer believes Epstein killed himself.
Killed himself.
Ghislaine doesn't believe that either. So if Ghislaine doesn't believe her brother Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, that tells me she probably believes in a high-level fucking conspiracy involving the government. So if she's going to talk and speak the truth, hopefully it'll be something about that.
Brian Mahoney super chatted $5. Last cent I give you. Used to admire your work. Hope you come around. Good luck, brother.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate the super chats. Yeah, I'm sorry for not agreeing with you and having a different opinion on it, dude. Sorry how that works sometimes, that we all don't agree on everything. I know that's tough. But thank you, brother.
I have to say that was my original view. I think it's entirely plausible that could have happened. However, I think the jury must be out on the manner of his death. I think the investigation was shoddy. I think it was cursory. I think the guards involved were let off pretty lightly. I think the...
Guys, you're welcome to not like what I do. But when you get mad because I don't agree with you, and that's why you don't like me because I have a different opinion, that's bitch-made shit, to be honest. It really is.
Footage we've seen of the film is...
It tells me a lot of where you're coming from. If, like, just somebody going, oh, you know what? I see where you're coming from, but I have a different opinion. That triggers you that much. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm the problem.
Terribly
I'm the
conclusive.
problem.
There's a flex from a CPAP machine, which helps you breathe better. Why couldn't that have been used as a ligature? We don't know. And the pathologist that was brought in by the Epstein family did not consider that the...
New York mob guy? I don't think it was a New York mob guy. I think it was actually a fucking... I think there's somebody involved that was... I don't want to say the jail cell people, but I think you have to look at the people that were running the prison. I don't know. There's just too many fucking unique little mistakes. The camera doesn't work. They take a nap. They don't do their 30-minute rounds. Like, there's just so much shit that adds up that you go, it seems like they were kind of involved, the prison itself. But who knows? I mean, they'd sneak in a mob guy or something. Is that what you're saying? Or I used to hear like rumors that it was one of his roommates or like somebody that was in the same cell block. Basically, they let him out and they just let him go into Jeffrey's room and he took care of it. I don't know, but the people that ran that fucking cell block, they need to be investigated.
Injuries to Epstein's neck were conclusive of suicide, and he thought it was more likely that it was homicide. And so that's my take on it. Remember, prisons are...
So that's Ghislaine's brother. I wonder what weird shit he's been up to. I don't know. Is he fucking clean, Ghislaine's brother? Ghislaine Maxwell approached him. I don't think I saw this one. Martin Armstrong says Ghislaine Maxwell approached him to work for Comey and that he believed Epstein was working for intelligence agencies. Comes Martin Armstrong. Armstrong went on to say that in all his dealings with the deep state, he never saw any connection between Epstein and Trump. Well, that's what you... What do you mean, no connection? They were clearly best friends for 15 years. I don't know. We'll play a little bit of this. I'll take a little piss break while I play this. It's frustration. Brian, you know, the people who disagree with me get so fucking butthurt. It's like, what do you want me to do, dude? You want me just to agree with you because you sent me a big super chat and not go, well, I don't fucking know. I want to pretend like I know.
Can we watch that Always Sunny clip on Epstein?
I think I might have it saved, MMA KO. Let's play a little bit of this while I take a little piss break.
Get into create a regime change in Russia. They blackmailed Yeltsin back then. Okay, they asked me to put in $10 billion into this Hermitage Capital. I refused. Who was behind the Hermitage Capital? Edmund Safra, but also Bill Browder. Who is Bill Browder? Maxwell's right-hand man. So this is all kind of really tied in. And who put me in contempt of court because I refused to basically cooperate with them? James Comey. So this, you know, Comey was well aware of what was going on. And, you know, it's now come out that, you know, he basically covered up for Hillary. When somebody, is interviewed by the FBI, they always take notes because you can be prosecuted for lying to the FBI. And when it came to Hillary testifying before Comey, he didn't take notes. Why? Because he was part of it. Look, if there was anything in there that really implicated Trump, they would have pulled it out, right, for the election.
The last three.
You know, it's... Look, they've had these files. They knew what the heck was in the files. The real question is, all these people that were blackmailed, what did they do in return for it?
What are you hearing? The Epstein thing I never saw any evidence of Trump doing anything wrong. They would have brought it out on him before. But then he says, don't look at it, make it go away. Now they're sending the Deputy Attorney General to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell. The Democrats are going all in on this versus the confirmed treason of Obama and, you know, claiming Trump was a Russian agent. That's all confirmed. The word I got is they are getting ready to indict Clapper, Brennan, and Comey. So could you speak to that and then to the Genius Act?
Look, the whole reason Hillary started the Russiagate was because back then they were trying.
Jay Smith, I don't even know what point you're making, bro. I'm dumb because I know that they're. But what are we talking about, dude?
Trying to get into create a regime change in
What's
Russia.
Up,
SP Super Chatted $2.71. Have a paltry amount of money.
$10 billion into this.
Oh, bro, it all counts, dude. Every little bit you guys send is appreciated. Even Brian Mahoney, I appreciate him sending money to disagree with me. That's totally fine. But, you know, when people start doing this, that's it, I'm done with you. You used to be good. Now you suck because I disagree with them. It's like, go fuck off, dude. Go fuck off. You want me to come on here and just have every opinion that you have and just agree with you on everything? It's never going to happen, dude. I have my own brain. Think for myself. And I happen to disagree, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just weird that when I disagree, it triggers you. It triggers you, even though I'm willing to say you could be right. I just we don't know for sure. But you could be right, and a lot of evidence points to you're probably right, but we just don't know 100%. That triggers you. It's weird to me.
This Hermitage Capital, I refused. Who was behind the Hermitage Capital? Edmund Safra, but also Bill Browder. Who is Bill Browder? Maxwell's right-hand man. So this is all kind of...
Yeah, Ricky Bobby, a lot of the audience, we all disagree on stuff. And I'm building up an audience that, like, it seems to be cool with, you know, not everybody has to be on the same page with everything. But, you know, a lot of people are used to their leftist circles where everybody's got to be on the same page. People can't think differently. It's weird.
Croonpulus Super Chatted $5. Hey Ping, thanks for doing all of these streams. Your edits help me keep sane in these crazy times. Also John for Prez, 2 terms to make America awesome.
Yeah, John for Prez, man. It's going to be a while for John gets in there, so we still got to find somebody to fill the hole between now and John. But John will definitely be the savior. Thanks, man. I'm glad I could help, brother. Thank you for the super chat.
Really tied in. And who put me in contempt of court because I refused to basically cooperate with them? James Comey. So this, you know, Comey was...
Yeah, Brian, it is. I've said it until I'm blue in the fucking face at this point, Brian. It looks like he fucked some kids. He's acting like he fucked some kids. But can I say, yes, I'm willing to run to the bank and say, yes, he fucked kids and there is no other possibility? No, because I'd be lying to myself. And I'd be filling myself full of bullshit because I'm still capable of going, okay, I really don't know at the end of the day, but it sure looks like it, dude. And that's the difference, dude, because I don't want to be right. I don't want to, you know, a lot of you spent so much time hating on Trump. You want to be right. You really so badly, because you put so much time into it. You so badly want Trump to be this demon fucking Nazi that you've envisioned him to be. And it's like, I don't know, man. It definitely looks like he's hiding some shit. And that leads to people to clearly, reasonably think that he might have had something to do with some of the shit that was going on with the underage kids, underage girls. That's a reasonable conclusion. But to jump to, he definitely fucked kids. And for you to say he didn't, like, okay, come on. Now you're going too far because we don't fucking know. Right? But it's you know, it's easy to fucking look at it and go, that's a real possibility.
Is well aware of what was going on. And you know, it's now come out that, you know, he basically covered up for Hillary. When somebody is interviewed by the FBI, they always take notes because you can be prosecuted for lying to the FBI.
All right, we'll move on from this one. I don't like when Alex interviews people. I just want to hear from Alex. Some of the people he interviews, man, they're just they're not as entertaining as Alex. The Pam Bondi reveals that Ghislaine. See, if I would have done this in order, this would have been the first one, but I totally fucked that all up. Ghislaine Maxwell hands over names of only Democrats and says she and Epstein hardly knew Trump. Now, if that was the case, and it's only Democrats that get called out, yeah, I'll be saying that's questionable. I don't know how trustworthy this is, because there should be, if she's going to blow the whistle, it's going to be both sides. So if it only comes out one side is guilty or the other side's guilty, that's not trustworthy. There's no way it was only the Republicans or it was only the Democrats. It was definitely both sides. But we'll see.
Do you support the Justice Department seeking an interview with Ghislaine Maxwell? Did you urge the Attorney General to see?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
Your Deputy Attorney General has reached out to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney asking for a new interview.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Do you have any concern that your Deputy Attorney General, as your former attorney, would be conducting the interview, given...
No, I have no concern. He's a very talented person. He's very smart. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt. The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up all...
That would all hit a lot harder if it didn't seem like you were covering up something with the Epstein files. Like, I want to be super excited about this Russia collusion narrative, but it just fucking spoils it all, man. It spoils it all when you're fucking acting this way over the Epstein files, dude. It really fucking makes it hard to enjoy the Russia. What do you think, though, Brian Mahoney? Did Obama spy on Trump's campaign, and did they invent a whole Russian collusion narrative to undermine Trump's first campaign? What do you think about that, Brian? Is that true, Brian? Let's see, Brian. Let's see how you feel about that. Tim Burchett, it's official. We will subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell.
Hey, everybody. Tim Burchett, just leaving oversight.
Tim Burchett.
Subcommittee, Government Operations. Hey, brother. Asked some questions about the GAO, their bid process, but the important thing was that I did a motion to direct the chairman of the full committee to issue a subpoena for Ghislaine Maxwell to appear before a deposition. And that's it right there. I had it printed out, so I made sure I do it appropriate. Talked to Chairman Comer. He's down with it. We're good. I believe he's going to issue the subpoena. He's a stand-up guy. We just got to get to the bottom of this thing, folks. It's just, it's 4 years, and we don't need to tolerate this stuff anymore. And I get the blowback about folks up here are going to be mad at me, but ultimately, and with all sincerity, excuse me, I'm going to answer my creator on this issue and what we did about the lease.
Why would people be mad? Would you be mad if, like, it was the mob and you got a mob boss and then you gave him a deal so they could turn over the other mob bosses and fucking spill the beans on the whole operation so the whole operation could be taken down? I don't think anybody should be against that, dude.
Amongst us, and we got.
That doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're excusing Ghislaine Maxwell. It's just no. The bigger picture is we can actually stop the whole fucking operation if it's still going on, which it probably might be. I'm sure somebody else has taken over Epstein's old job and is fucking doing the blackmailing for the foreign intelligence agencies or our own intelligence agency now. It'd be nice to put a stop to this bullshit.
Send a message,
but we won't, of course. Never will.
This is not acceptable behavior. And also a message to the victims that we believe you and that you need to come out of the shadows, and we need to bust these people that do this and send them to hell, because I'm over it. Anyway, before I get myself in any more trouble, thank y'all for sending me here.
Why would this get you in trouble? Are people going to be mad that you want to fucking interview the one person that probably will be able to provide the most, assuming that she's not just lying about everything? I don't know. It would be perfect if she came out and she blew the whistle on all the Republicans and Democrats involved, because then I think it'll be more believable to both sides. Because if she came out and everything was just about Democrats, the Democrats are going to go, no, Trump's telling her what to say. And if she comes out and everything she says is just about Republicans, then the Republicans would be, she's just doing what the Clintons want her to do, So hopefully if she does blow the whistle, it involves both sides of the aisle, because that'll make it more believable. Because there's no way it was just one side or the other. See if we have anything else. I think we have some more on the Ghislaine stuff. Did I have anything here? Oh yeah, Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity's pissed off at Tucker Carlson. That's pretty funny. They don't like each other. Let me see what else we got. This is a funny clip. We'll get to this in a minute. Yeah, you wanted me to play this, right?
Now you guys.
This is a pretty funny scene from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Now you guys can help me with my thing. We got to shred a bunch of documents.
What? What are you talking about, man?
Well, the thing of it is, the Frank's Fluids may or may not have been the official beverage supplier of Jeffrey Epstein.
What? Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, but before you judge me, know this. Yes, I was on the sex island, but only for the snorkeling. I didn't know anything about the kid stuff.
Oh.
No, look, it ain't just me. You guys' names are on those documents too, remember?
What? Still?
God damn it!
Son of a
Frank,
bitch.
No, I don't have time for this.
Well, come on and be quick. It's only a couple boxes.
Ah, shit. God damn it.
These guys are always they're nailing it, dude. When did this episode come out? This can't be new, right? This is some old shit, ain't it? I haven't seen, I don't watch, I should. Every clip I see of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is pretty funny. But I just don't watch enough television, dude. I do need to at some point go back and binge watch that show. Yeah, this one's pretty funny. Alex fighting with a caller. Let's go to this one, dude. This is our random wacky clip of the day. Now, I don't know what's going on with this guy, but it's just one of those clips that it's like, I gotta share.
Put the babies and the bitches away.
So this guy just shows up. Guy walks into a car meet demanding to fight over 200 people.
Come on, warriors. That's right. LA, bitch. My turf. Take your little go-karts. Go home. Look, when they put them like this, you kick them in the fucking face like this. Woo!
There is a side of me that thinks that this might have actually just been like a publicity stunt, but I don't think the crowd is in on it. Like, this guy is just trying to get like a viral clip, but because it's just, he's too over the top. It's too perfect.
I'm waiting for the first one to step up. 34 years old and I'll fuck you fools up. Who's next, baby? Oh yeah. Woo! Where's the TikTok, bitch? Whip the phone out, ho.
Yeah, that's what it becomes a problem. Oh my God, you stepped on the car, you damaged a fucking vehicle. Oh, that's it. Everybody's gonna jump you now. I wonder. I don't know if this guy is having a mental episode, or if this is all just a fucking publicity stunt, dude.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Guess what? Guess what's gonna happen tomorrow morning?
Bro, you're outnumbered,
You're gonna hear
bro.
beeps outside your house. That's gonna be me, bitch. That's gonna be me.
I gotta full screen this.
You're the elder here? Yeah, I'm missing my bag across the street. Who took my bag, bitches? Oh man, I smell bitch. I smell bitch. What you putting your pants up for? Huh? Come on, Dad.
It could be old. You know how these things get reshared over and over for like years. But I just found this is the first time I saw it. I think it was last night. I'm like, this is hilarious enough. I'm gonna put it in. It'll be something to react to.
Dad too, bitch. I'm a dad too, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up, bitch.
I mean, this guy's kind of lucky he didn't get killed here, because I mean, as threatening as he's being, somebody could have easily fucking took it too far in response.
Hey, put your little pervert stash back the fuck up, bitch. I see your dad, bitch. What's that? What's that, hoe? What's that, hoe? Shut your fucking mouth, punk. Oh, man. You ain't shit, hoe. Oh, man. You ain't shit, oh, man. Surround them. You ain't shit. Start fucking these fools up. I love it, baby. I'm ready for it. Let's get to it. No drugs, no nothing. Just shit.
I doubt that. No drugs, really? Are you sure? Sure seems like there's some drugs involved with this.
You're a willpower, bitch. What's up? You got it? You got it? You got it? You got it, bitch? You got it, bitch? You got it, bitch?
He doesn't even do a good kick. His kick is weak and pathetic.
Oh, let me fucking what, bitch?
And then he starts doing the karate shit, dude. That's what when he started doing the karate shit, I was like, okay, this guy might be pranking everybody.
Hey, but guess what? Once I put you on the floor.
Hey, let's jump in that fool. Come here. We're gonna jump in. As soon as he goes,
This is like out of some terrible fucking 90s, like, what the fuck, Bloodsport ripoff or something.
I put a song on for you, bitch. I'm waiting for you, bitch. Come on. Aztec warrior, bitch. Fuck your little checker shit. What's that, bitch? You initiated? You're looking at the real top dog, bitches. Get it on TikTok. I'm waiting for you.
See, he says that a few times, you know, make sure you get it on TikTok. I think this guy's, he doesn't seem crazy to me, dude. I think this is a bit.
Oh, bitch! I got it. Hey, guys, hey, throw down your bag and go to over there.
I got 50 bucks.
Bro, this dude's gonna get his ass kicked.
See, he's just, I don't think this guy even really knows how to fight. I think he's just watched enough Kung Fu flicks that he can, like, do the moves. Like, when I was a kid, we used to watch, like, Kung Fu movies, and then we go out there and try to recreate some of the kicks and shit. It's like that.
Come on, bitch! Come on! I see the bitch in you, bitch! You got people? I'm gonna fuck them up and then I'm gonna fuck you up. Oh.
He's so lucky he didn't get jumped, dude, by this fucking crowd. He's so lucky. D, I think because I don't have it on the regular full screen. Let me go back to full screen reality. Dr. Shrek, thank you for the $2, brother.
Dr. Shrek super chatted $2.
Exactly, yeah.
Time to lay off the Bruce Lee movies, bro.
Exactly, dude. I agree.
I love it. What's up, Raza? Where you at, Raza? Oh, I don't see no Raza. Oh, right. What's up, baby? What's up, baby boy? Come on, bitch.
This guy's, I mean, he does a good job. The intimidation factor is kind of there. And then, I mean, basically nothing happens. He's looking for his bag. Somebody took his bag. And at the end, he's like, hey, so can you help me get my bag back? Hey, we'll watch it till the end, but it's so weird. Let me go full screen it again.
Come on, bitch. Come on.
Of course, this is LA. This guy's auditioning for a fucking movie, dude. I mean, this guy's lucky he didn't get fucking his ass beat, dude. He's so lucky.
I'm trying to help you out. Let me tell you something, youth. Let me say something before I beat this guy up. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Hey, bro, chill. We good. Initiate. I'm gonna take you to hell, baby.
Now he runs and hides behind this guy right here. As soon as it seemed like the crowd was really about to start attacking him, he runs and fucking hides behind this guy.
Cover, baby.
Bro, what if we all just rush this guy right now? This guy's done for.
I'm looking for my bag. My bag was stolen from
Bro, the second he swings.
His bag was stolen from across the street. That's the end of the video, basically. I don't know. He looks a little crazy here. He might be crazy. But they need to put him in a movie, dude. This guy needs to be in a movie. Some sort of like blood sport, fighting movie where he talks a big game and then he gets his ass kicked in like 10 seconds by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Just a big round kick to the face. Hunter Vex, let me get it over here so we can get your message, man. Where's that? There we go. Adam Ray's new character?
Hunter Vex super
Yeah,
chatted
dude.
$2.
You can
Adam
be right.
Ray's new character is nuts.
Yeah. Adam Ray's new character. That's a good point, dude. He kind of looks like Adam Ray. He looks like cracked out Adam Ray. But I just had to play that. That was funny. Here's another good one. There's Shane and Matt talking about the Epstein files.
You can't promise the list and go, guys, what are you worried about this list we promised you guys?
I know.
Like,
It's also so funny how clearly they got the list and went, guys, who even cares? Like, they obviously the whole time leading up to it were like, fuck that, we're going to get that fucking list. And then
Imagine, right? You're Trump, you get elected. You know that there's this list of people, like this blackmail list of all these powerful people. And if you get control of that list, you literally control all those people that are blackmailed by the list. And now you're the daddy. Now you're the king shit controlling everything. That's why that theory there is a possibility. That's why it's just saying, oh, just Trump fucked kids, Trump fucked kids. That's possible. But it's also possible that now that they got the blackmail, they're going to use it to get fucking control of everything, to really get everybody in line. I'm not going to throw that possibility out the window either, dude. But yeah, he also could have fucked kids.
One day they were like, what are we even talking about?
Also, you get the list and you go, me 7 times?
Me again? Son of a bitch.
I will say, when I was
Bro, that could have happened to anybody. Not on an Epstein list, but when it comes to like, I didn't do that.
Dude,
you go.
To be fair, when I was in grade school,
I did that. Son of a bitch. I did that so many times.
Well, I think you'd remember fucking kids, dude. The thing with the Shane, like he did a bunch of podcasts. Like obviously, I forget what I said in the podcast immediately after. Like I don't even know what I said right now on this podcast for the last 2 hours. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it. But yeah, fucking kids, you probably do remember that.
Anything bad that's ever happened to me, I've gone, I didn't do that.
You can't promise the list and go, guys.
There's a lot of possibilities, guys. One of them is he could have fucked kids. One of them is now they want to fucking be the people doing the blackmail. You can't throw that possibility out the window. That is a possibility. What else we got? We got anything else here? Dude, that might be it. We might be. Oh, okay, yeah. We had the Sean Hannity and Tucker feud. Tucker and Sean Hannity do not like each other. Let's see. I haven't watched this, but the title got me questioning.
You've been at Fox
wanting to
30.
watch it.
Okay. O'Reilly was there 20. I don't know how long he was there. Well, let's just say give or take.
By the
20.
way, I hate Sean Hannity because I've been around long enough to remember Sean Hannity during the Bush administration, where all he did was suck Bush's dick the whole time and push for war and fucking cover up. I mean, Sean Hannity's never met a war he didn't like.
20, right? Tucker was there for a number. Megyn Kelly was there for a number of years. From the outside watching now, Bill O'Reilly does a lot of stuff with News Nation, Cuomo. You know, we've had him on.
He's on my radio show once a week.
I actually love hearing what he has to say because, again, he's another one of these OGs.
So Hannity's definitely a neocon, CWG. He will fucking... Whoever the Republican neocon... I mean, and Trump's now basically a neocon too, but yeah, Hannity's... I'll never forgive Hannity for how he behaved during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. And he just will say whatever the fucking Republican establishment wants him to say, basically. He's not to be trusted.
When he talks, I'm kind of trying to hear to say what's he saying, because he sometimes takes a different angle than everybody else. How are you processing what Tucker is doing? Because Tucker has taken certain positions when it comes down to Israel, when it comes down to Epstein, when it comes down to certain interviews he's done, when it comes down to, you know, what he feels is different. A lot of it may be seen as controversial, maybe to folks at Fox. How do you view the positions that Tucker is taking?
Yeah, Tucker was just as bad back then too, P-Money, but Tucker seems to have learned from his mistakes. But I don't know, maybe it's all just a charade just to get our trust. But That's the difference between Hannity and Tucker. Tucker is still, I mean, Hannity's still Hannity. He's still fucking willing to take out Iran. He's willing to start war with Russia. He's willing to push the war machine and promote the war machine, whereas Tucker's not anymore. So that's the difference now. But back then, early 2000s, yeah, they were both just as bad.
In the last couple of years.
All of us are making a pretty good living because of the First Amendment and freedom of speech. I said earlier, broadcasting is not a zero-sum game. My success is not due to somebody else's failure or success. And it's based...
That's not exactly true. It's not true. Like if you have a show like Tucker, which is the #1 watched show in television, the number watched news political show that like Tucker was on Fox for while he was there, having the next slot, which was, Hannity was the 9 o'clock slot and Tucker was the 8 o'clock slot, you're going to get so many more fucking viewers because of Tucker, because of the amount of people that tune in to watch Tucker. Some of them are going to stay to watch you. So yeah, that's a little bit of bullshit. That's a little bit of cope. Remember when they used to do the handoffs? When Tucker would end his show and he'd hand it off to Hannity, there were some of them where you could tell, man, these two do not like each other.
Based on what I do. But whether what you say I agree with or I disagree with, and I have heard things that all the people you mentioned have said, and Bill O'Reilly's been on my radio show, and we'll disagree on a topic. But at the end of the day, that is the biggest glass of water I've ever seen in my life. What the hell is that?
I just want to make sure we don't run out of water. They say that there's
Here,
a
if you need
threat
a little
of...
more, help drink some. What is... It's like this...
Stein.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, the goal is to...
And
I don't care about the
respect
water.
the fact that we live in a great country where you're going to give your opinion, and then the public will judge you for it. The one thing that I think is critical for success is that you be genuine and sincere and not manufactured or phony or fake. And if you stay true to who you are, I believe... Oh, you just put the he just put the cocaine.
I told you, Sean.
This is yours.
You
high
sold,
quality.
which
from,
you sold to me. You're the distributor.
Sean Hannity's property in Colombia, which we
By the way,
featured in Medellin.
Did you see LJ who was on Fox and Friends the other morning? They were talking about Coca-Cola and pure cane sugar.
I don't know if I can make it
I
through
love
this
Mexican
clip.
Coke.
Who said this?
LJ Lawrence Jones.
On Tucker.
Don't you respect? Aren't we blessed when you think about it? We live in a country where you can have any opinion.
I do, and
then you build an audience based on whether or not enough people want to hear what you have to say.
But some of the positions Tucker's taken would be a different.
I disagree with him.
Okay, so
for example, he interviewed some historian, and making it, and this has kind of gone a little viral. I don't care that he has a different view than me. I just don't care. I mean, he had a different view about Iran and the nuclear sites than I did. I don't care that he does. I have to be true to who I am. And he had a historian, and there's this narrative that's been making the rounds that, Winston Churchill, blood, toil, tears, and sweat, what is our aim? Victory. I love Winston Churchill. That somehow, it's not the best thing that we won World War II. Now, my father spent 4 years in the Pacific, by the way.
I don't think that's not the argument.
Dr. Shrek super chatted $2.
True.
War is hell. And peace is salvation.
True, and people that push war, like fucking Hannity here, are some of the worst people on the planet. And the idea that, it was bad that we won World War II, no, that's not the argument. Now, again, I'm not an expert on that argument. I've heard a little bit about it. But the idea was that Churchill actually wasn't as great as he's made out to be by the history books, which, by the way, is probably the case for most of the people in the history books who we look up to. They probably weren't as great as the history books make them out to be. But the argument wasn't, it would have been better if we lost World War II. No, the argument was like Churchill was not that great. And he was terrible before World War II. Like, he was a laughingstock. And then his image got turned around because of World War II. But, you have to kiss Churchill's ass, or that means you think America should have lost World War II. Like, that's not even what he's fucking saying.
Wasn't the best life, and he grew up very, very poor. But to me, Winston Churchill was one of the most heroic people in our time. It's just a disagreement. You want to have a different opinion, fine. But the argument is, well, Western civilization has not thrived since then, and that Europe has declined since then. My answer to that would be Ronald Reagan, who said, you know, freedom is only one generation away from extinction. And so...
Yeah, so now we got to go kill people. It's always the arguments. Freedom, guys. We got to go blow people up because freedom. Freedom. It's like he's still fucking talking the same bullshit from George Bush. This guy loved Bush. I don't think this guy's ever loved another human being as much as he loved fucking George W. Bush.
Oh, yeah, Winston Churchill was the hero of World War II to me. And I would argue with the historian guest that he had. But guess what, Patrick, David, you know what? You live in a free country. Express your views. If that's what you think, express it.
What do you think about what Tucker is doing these days? This might be a controversial opinion on Tucker, but to me, he's sort of masquerading and cosplaying as a populist when he's almost like the elite. He's sort of basically saying, I'm anti-establishment. There's, you know, we say one of one. He's one of one. Tom Brady's one of one. Michael Jordan's one of one. Tucker's also one of one. Because he's the only person, you've been at Fox News 30 years, that's had his own main show on cable, Fox, CNN, and MSNBC. So it's almost like he's syndicating his views all over mainstream, but being like, oh, shucks, I'm just a little old huckleberry here in khakis and a bow tie, chewing my dick.
Yeah, that's because he was a mainstream show that fucking catered to a non-mainstream audience. And he called and said things that most mainstream shows would never do. The point's a little weird here. The point's a little weird.
I don't know nothing about nothing. It's like, you know the establishment better than anybody, Tucker. And now you're like, oh, I'm anti-establishment. I'm being counterculture. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I'm first of all, I'm not following that.
Dude, it was that. I almost thought my fucking...
I'm being counterculture. Than anybody, Tucker.
I swear to God, every time I turn on this podcast, somebody's phone's going off. How hard is it for everybody to just put their phone on silent during the fucking show, dude? It's really annoying. Every time somebody's phone's going off, somebody's getting a text message.
And now you're like, oh, I'm anti-establishment. I'm being counterculture. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I'm first of all, I'm not following it that closely. I'm too wrapped up in my own world, my own opinions, my own shows. My answer to you is I've never had a problem with any of the people that you mentioned. And, you know, there used to be a time where at Fox there was a lot of tension between hosts. For me, that's just evaporated. I
think he's talking about him and Tucker. I'm pretty sure him and Tucker did not like each other.
I wish everybody the best. If you listen to the people that you mentioned, I've heard every one of them say that they are happier than they've ever been doing what they're doing now. I'm happy doing what I'm doing now. They made their career choices. I made my career choices. And I'm happy with mine. And I honestly, truly, sincerely wish everybody the best. I'm not in this intramural, you know, my life is dependent on what somebody else says. I don't care.
Do you speak to Tucker at all or no? Do you guys have a relationship?
Occasionally, you know, once I reached out to him when his father died, you know, just to wish him prayers, and we had one little exchange over just a stupid issue, but it was very friendly. We have never had a problem.
Colleagues?
What's up?
Are you guys more friends or colleagues?
We're not friends in as much as like I'm friends with Mark Levin.
Yeah.
Thank me. God bless us. Yeah. That's it.
Of course he's friends with Mark Levin. I'm sure there's not much him and Mark Levin disagree with at this point. And of course, they don't like being called neocons. So yeah, you can't call them neocons because that's anti-Semitic to call them neocons, which is what they fucking are.
I'm done. So you're not laughing at my imitations. This is not good. I'm bombing on your show.
That was actually better than the previous one. The Mark Levin was better than Churchill.
It's like remembering the history of the early 2000s and the Iraq War and the Bush years. It's almost like I'm the only one that remembers that shit sometimes. It's weird. It's like people just don't even... maybe everybody's dead from that time period, but it's like, Jesus Christ, you guys not remember what these people used to do? And how they used to behave and the fucking wars they started? The amount of lives they cost, the amount of money they fucking threw out the window for the American people? Like, Everybody just forgets about it, dude.
I didn't really try my
You know, you put enough time in between something, and people just forget, like it never happened.
Every once in a
to
while,
selling
Tom
drugs.
will do a impersonation, and when he does, he gets it good about 1 out of 10 times.
Who does?
So, Tom over there. He does a
do?
good impersonation.
I did my best.
Who's your
Don't
best?
do the
Bill
bone
Clinton,
thing.
probably.
I want to say to all the hot chicks here in the audience that if you want to tour back,
Like I know a lot of you. Okay, there were kids. You didn't live through that time period. I'm not. Look, I'm old. I'm in my 40s, but I'm not that fucking old. There's a lot of people alive in their 40s. But yet, every time it seems like people don't even remember that time period. It's just gone. It's just gone.
backstage, I'll be glad to give it to you.
No, I think you all have misunderstood, and all the prosecution against me. I just have 3 words to defend myself. That's my wife.
All right, we're done watching this one. I thought we were gonna get some juicy fucking Hannity versus Tucker shit, but of course not. Good title though. You got me clicking. All right, everybody, we'll end it here. Almost a 3-hour episode. What an episode! Started off as a complete disaster. Every fucking technical issue you could have. I fell for some trolls. My God. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's my ego. When people start saying, "Oh, you can't even get a girlfriend," it's like, are you fucking retarded? Look at me. You think I can't fucking get laid? Are you that fucking dumb? You think somebody as good looking as me can't get laid? Are you that fucking dumb? And it's just a left-wing talking point. That's what they go to right away. They go to incel, this and that. It's just like, dude, I don't even want to talk about my personal life, dude. It's none of your business. But yeah. And then dude sent me like $120 just to tell me I suck. Weird. It's a weird episode. It's a weird episode, guys. But I hope some of you had fun. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back on at 9. What a weird episode this was. And hopefully I won't have all the fucking technical issues I had the other night. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you. We'll see you on the next episode. Have a wonderful night.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.
Shout out to Brian. Thank you for all the super chats, Brian. I really do appreciate it, dude. It's very nice of you to send super chats that amount, Brian. Right? So don't think I'm not appreciative of it. But it's a little weird. It's like a little weird when I have a different opinion and it's all just like shitting on me because my opinion's different. But don't think I don't appreciate you, Brian. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.